What's up, everybody? Sensei here. Welcome to the show. Welcome to another video. And here we go. We about to get it started, y'all, because we have the Kang, not the king, the Kang coming to the stage. Mr. Roger Euc, thank you so much for gracing this stage. It's a pleasure.
Great to be here. I like making videos, but I usually don't make them live, so this is kind of weird. Anything could happen. I could forget, start picking my nose, and I can't edit it out because everybody knows how much I love editing my videos.
Right? I don't mind. I don't mind the 2.5, 3 hour videos, man. I'll watch them. I'll watch them. But hey,
I'm
everyone,
gonna say again, one of my best videos ever. 8.5 hours.
Dude, was that one of the
That was a great video.
Was that from like one of the AMP games or something?
It was from Amped. It was from Amped when I had a wee bit of a fracture in my foot, so I couldn't really ride so aggressively, but I could still video.
Yeah,
Well, I did.
awesome.
It was a good time.
That is awesome. Hey, I want to thank everybody for joining, and thank you so much, because I always say time is something that you can't get back. So you're taking time out of your day, out of your night to join us. Highly appreciate it. If you could please just smash that like button to help us, bypass the algorithm. It might be a little bit nicer to the channel. But again, thank you so much. We're going to give a couple shout outs here. We got Panda. Thank you. We have, wow, we got people just rolling up in it. We got Spartacus. We got Dawn Champion in the house. Medium Dog is in. Spartacus is always in the trenches with us. And he's on, let's start. There it is. What's up, Spartacus? We got, I'm just clicking and clacking here. We got CJ in here. Wow, we got a nice,
so EUCFNG, it's a wise man right there.
Yes.
He watched my 8.5 hour video. He didn't say he liked it, but anyway, being a competitive guy, whose video is better? My video or Sensei's video? Who's got the better camera and microphone setup?
I do have a new camera. Yours looks clear. Yeah, yours looks really good. Yours looks really, really clear. And you got the nice background. I'm just running plain. But now you look good. Sound good.
There's that little button where you could change what's in the background also, but I don't want to hit that because it does like that weird halo-y thing around your head.
Gotcha. Yeah. Now your stuff looks really clear.
Anyway, so we're on here. We got a little bit of time. What are we talking about today?
Okay, so number one, let's just let everybody know who you are, what you do, where you're from, what you ride. The whole, to set the table so we can eat, and then we'll dive into the dinner. How about that?
Sounds good. Okay, so I go by Roger EUC because I'm not creative, and that was the name that I chose like on day one when I made my Telegram name. And that Telegram name that I made was specifically for the Marty Backey tour, the SoCal tour. So I created that, and now I'm still sticking with it. Like, I don't know how many years later. But yeah, I've been riding since 2014.
What? What? Dude, I didn't know you rode that long. I had no idea.
Much. I mean, I had this like, I think I got it on eBay for $200. It was something called a geez, I don't even remember what it was called, but it was just
a solo wheel.
It was a knockoff of one of those.
Oh, okay. All right.
But yeah, it would get around at 12 miles per hour before it started tilting back. It was very clearly full of all the electronics that are inside of a hoverboard, and it did enough for me to learn how to ride. And actually, I learned how to ride a pedal-powered unicycle. Then I got that thing, which turned out to be super easy to ride compared to a pedal-powered unicycle. So
that's on my to-do list, actually, learn how to ride one of those things. But dude, I had no idea you've been riding since 2014. That's yeah, you got some, dude, you're 10 years in.
Yeah, I would just use it. I'd go up the street and I'd pick up sinks, and I'd go to the bank and make deposits. And because I'm a contractor, so I'm like going down the street holding a big stainless steel sink over my head, and the wind is blowing me around on my probably like 250 watt machine. So
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's probably gonna cut that thing out. All that extra weight on there. Um, yeah,
well,
no
it's
idea.
good. Learning on the shitty stuff teaches you to kind of feather the throttle, and you get some skills that you wouldn't have otherwise. Just like
Mhm.
learning non-suspension is good. You learn some things that'll help you even when you
Yeah,
get to the
definitely.
suspension, bend the knees and all. But anyway, let's see here.
Yes,
Wait,
I
somebody's got
learned
a
on the
question.
M10-3. That's what I learned on.
See, that's a tough one to learn on. So once you get decent on that, it's pretty easy to step to anything else. Because
It's
I've
twitchy.
taken my M10-3 to seasoned riders. You hand it to them, and they get on it, and they look like they've never touched a wheel before in their
Yeah,
life.
dude. What you can get away with on a big wheel, you can't get away with on the M10-3. It shows everything, everything. And guess who recommended that wheel to me, the M10-3?
Marty,
Uncle Marty. Yep. And that's what I
he
got.
knows
Yep.
what's up.
Yeah, man.
But he still has his 67 volt M10-3, and he
Wow.
also has a new one, the 84 volts. But I don't get why they're not just dropping 100 volts in him now.
They
It
should.
fits,
They
yeah.
should.
Especially the way the consumer is. It's like, oh, that's 84 volt. I don't want it. Even if it's just as good as it would be if it was 100 volts. Like we care about numbers so
Yeah.
much. So
Yeah.
sometimes the numbers mean something, sometimes they don't. I mean, an M10-3 at 84 volts is plenty good, but I don't know. I don't think I've ever cut mine out. I've dipped it plenty of times, but I don't think I've ever cut out on it.
I cut mine out.
I've,
I didn't know any better. I was doing a pendulum on it, and it took me about probably a year and a half to realize I cut the wheel out. And the thing did this little rip, and I just jumped off and kind of did the,
well,
yeah.
my guess is if you were a more experienced rider and it did that thing where it started falling over, but you stuck with it, you would have been okay. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I got my little M10 3 probably got a full 45 degrees backwards on braking on me a couple times, and I've dipped it out pretty good on acceleration, but
That's funny.
never killed it, never jumped off it. So
Yeah, man, you got to be like the captain, go down with the ship, man. You got to ride,
oh,
ride it
see
out.
that's the mindset. But the wheel will come back and it'll save you. So you just have to hang in there. So, but yeah, it's the people that they bail at the first sign of distress that they're the ones that have their cars end up or their wheels end up under cars and stuff in traffic. So not a good look.
I did that.
So,
Oh my goodness, on my Sherman, I had to change the tire on it. It would just unseat itself, and I'm rolling pretty good, and that thing just start doing one of these, and I'm like, I'm not coming off. And I rode that thing out. I always say it was like I was at the freaking rodeo, dude, for about a block, trying to get it under control. But yeah, I saved it, man. I saved it.
there we go. But yeah, I had my IRC 77 pop off of my Master, I think twice. Don't buy that tire if you're going to be putting it on a one of these rims, the
Mhm.
C38 rims. No
No
good.
good, no good. I just
Okay, so what am I riding now?
yeah. What you
I've
got
got
now?
a shit ton of. Edit that out. I got a lot of wheels. I got kind of the one I've been hopping on the most is my Extreme, which is over here behind me.
Hmm.
Master Pro, which I pretty much never ride. I've got two Masters that have been doctored up to be my race wheel. So they've got the C40 motor and EX30 controller in them. And I've got a couple sets of batteries for them so I could make them long range, the same as the Master Pro, or my race packs, which are the Molicel P42As.
The P4. Now, how did you, as far as your battery configuration, when you extended the battery, where did you put it as far as?
It looked pretty legit. So you just take the way the four packs are right there,
Mhm.
and I just velcroed two packs in front and two packs behind it,
You
and then I
serious?
took
Look at
that's
that.
it. And
That's
then to make
crazy.
sure it was all like solid, I took a sheet of Kydex on either side, the full size of all four batteries on each side,
Look at
and
that.
full Velcro on each side. I held it together.
Wow. And it didn't feel like too wide for you, or?
It's exact same width. There was no additional width because the battery is in front, not on the side.
Oh,
So
I
it's
got you now. Oh, okay. I'm thinking you
lined
stacked.
up.
Wow, that's genius
Yeah,
idea
so
right
it's
there.
exactly the same width as an EX30. I mean, same forward to back because the
Hmm.
EX30 is two sets of cells in front of each other.
Got you.
So, and I
Nice.
guess the Master Pro is too. So it's actually the exact same configuration as the Master Pro, but instead of one battery box in front and one behind, there's two in front and two behind.
Okay. Yeah, because I was wondering how you did that. I'm sitting there looking at the screen. How did he get the batteries on it? Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so you got all the range you need with that thing then.
Yeah, and that
Everything.
feels, I don't know, more fun than the Master Pro in my opinion. But yeah, people don't like it when I say that. They're like, you just need to get used to the Master Pro. It's like, I'm used to it, but if I'm seeing how quick I could brake on this wheel versus that wheel, how quick I could accelerate on this wheel versus that wheel. I'm a sports car kind of guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. The big old luxury sedan doesn't do it for me.
It's like a Greyhound, like riding on the back of a Greyhound bus. I mean, I rode it
Yeah.
before, and it's big. It's a big thing to
Yeah, it's good. You do get used to it. You can get it to do the braking and acceleration and all that, but just not as well.
gotcha.
So
Let's see what else we got. We got Neil, welcome. We have Wilson. Thank you so much for dropping in.
and Wilson does good. He does some good videos, and then he does a lot of other videos too. Hey, Wilson.
Gotta love Wilson, man. In it to win it. It said Adventure
Adventures
of
of Gold.
Gold did that before it ended up working. Okay. Nice. I guess you thought maybe the batteries, but the batteries?
Did that my four? I don't know what that means.
Mm.
Only for me in the English. I am not so good in the French. I want to know why Roger hides half naked in the rain on Dangerous Assassin Ninja unicycles. I'm not hiding. I was all out there for the world to see. What are you talking about?
Roger
But
rides
yeah, that
out. Oh man, that's funny.
I did a rain test, a water test, whatever, on Marty's A2 Assassin, which you can't really see it, but it's right there behind this M10-4. It
That's
looks a
something.
little different. I'll
Let me
actually
see if I
show
can
you. So I put some plexiglass fairings on there.
make the pads
So,
easier to put the pads on.
yeah, so I can put pads wherever I want. I got those Clark pads, the little baby ones, and
Mhm.
works out really good on there. So, but yeah, I'm still a Clark pad fan.
I like Clark.
The Grizzly system, all those systems are great. And if I had to ride one over the other, I'd be like, okay, but I've got the Clark pads, so I'm not investing in other stuff.
I just picked up the Alien Rides pads. I haven't put them on yet, so I'll see how those rock out.
Are those the ones that look like the stock ones off of the Lynx and the V14? Those
Yeah,
both looked exactly the same.
yeah, they look exactly like that. Activated community
Work.
and traffic.
I guess we could look up online and see what state the UCFNG is. But yeah, not a fan of traffic.
Car
Why you got to
BC
be able to split
right out.
lanes. Hey, Eli's on here too. What's up, man? Oh, I don't even have my cool shirt on. I should have worn that shirt today. Eli, he gifted me a an EUC shirt that was it says coffee run on it. There's some good art, like a stick figure dude holding a coffee cup and
Nice.
making the coffee run.
Making a coffee run, making the Dunkin' Donuts run like Duff.
Yeah, except for this guy looked like he was going a little faster.
Oh,
Hey, Duff.
come on. I think me and Duff would be perfect riding together. I think I ride like Duff. Will Brady, what's up, bro? He's in the house. He said we cut out together before the
Oh,
end.
that's true. That was an acceleration cutout. I forgot. We were drag racing and we both cut out our wheels. I forgot about that. But that's like from a standing start. Yeah. Over torque. Boom.
And Chris says, please excuse if any of my questions sound. Nah, dude, all questions are welcome, man. Nah, Ant, that's how you learn.
Or non-suspension dead was his question. So, no, non-suspension won't ever be dead because you can always save weight and space by skipping the suspension on a setup. But non-suspension for serious riding and racing, I think, is never going to be a thing again.
So you think that all most of the races will have with suspension wheels,
Yeah, who's been
right?
winning all the races of late? So every off-road race,
Mm-hmm.
suspension wheels. Every street race, suspension wheels, which is kind of weird because if you're on a really nicely put together track, you should be able to do it with no suspension. But I remember a couple years ago at the Apple Valley races, everybody like had this secret setup that they were doing where they
Mm-hmm.
were locking out the suspension on the
Oh,
master,
okay.
and people they kept coming up to me and they're like, "I'm gonna hook you up with this thing, locks out the suspension, and you could set the height whatever you want it to be at." I'm like, "No, I'm okay." So I went out there and I beat everybody's lap time by more than 2 seconds.
Wow.
So I was okay.
Wow.
But the next year, I don't think it was a thing anymore.
Got you.
So
Unless you go to a race and they have a category where it's for, like for non-suspension, then that might be better, you know. That's
yeah, if
if they
there is a non-suspension, but then that's kind of forcing people's hands. So I don't think there should be a 100 volt and 134 volt category because not long ago somebody was winning races on the was it the Rosario wheel, whatever that weird wheel was.
Oh, I know exactly what we're
Uh,
talking about. And you don't
yeah,
see that
it
wheel
was
hardly at all.
no, you never see it, but
Yeah.
somebody was beating other people's asses on that wheel.
Wow.
So
I mean, I've
that
never
was
seen one in
pretty
person.
good.
I think the only time I've seen was on like AliExpress or something like that.
Yeah, I think they're doing them just like in Spain or somewhere far away in Europe. So hence we don't see it, and hence the name is weird. James is here. That's James Darnell. I don't know if you know James Darnell, but he's the father of Zach Darnell, two very
Welcome.
fast, capable riders.
Well, welcome to the show.
Yeah, that plexi is dangerous. I actually thought I was buying polycarbonate, but it turned out to be acrylic. So yeah, it would be a problem.
Dude, you just got called out, man. You just got called out by Primo, baby.
It's Primo. Primo knows what's up, so I let him say what he wants to say. I've ridden with him before.
That's funny. What's up, Primo? Welcome, bro.
But yeah, I rode with Primo on a long ride, like one of Marty's long rides, and you got to conserve your battery, right?
Mm-hmm.
So ride starts out, and he's like going past me, and he's like, "That's all you got, Roger?" I'm like, "Dude, we got like 100 miles to go, and I don't have a charger, so off my back." But I
That's
showed him what
funny.
was up later. Yeah.
Will
But
Brady,
yeah,
Primo, what's
all
up?
Wheelie Brady and Primo are here. We got some good people in
We
here.
got a nice crowd. Thank you everybody for rocking and rolling with us tonight. Spartacus. Oh, Minnesota. Big shout out to Minnesota.
Minnesota's a fun place.
I just don't want to fall behind. And dude, you can smack up any comments you want on here. And sometimes I get too excited and forget.
Still learning to read, so that takes me a little while. Anyway, so but yeah, we're talking about suspension and all that
Mhm.
stuff. So I think suspension is going to stay. I think the smart BMSs are going to sort of be a requirement for everything then. God mod 200 volt VESC when. Um, my VESC is, it says it's rated for 200 volts, but it won't really do 200
Okay.
volts. It, I'm sure, would get that brake regen fry thing going. So don't plan on doing that. But I still have to fricking build it. So I'm now actually having some time. But if you want to see what it looks like,
So that's basically like I don't know if it's like the float wheel where you can take and program it.
yes, it's actually the exact same software that you would use for that. So
Wow.
there's the heatsink, and it's full of capacitors and MOSFETs and everything. And I
Nice.
had this one custom made for me by the folks over in India, and it's supposed to be um, 40S capable. So I think you could probably do 40S if you put it on some sort of a system with a flywheel and no brake regen. Otherwise, you'll be shooting way above 400 volts and you'll be blowing stuff up. So
Wow.
it was a little expensive, and I kind of regret buying it now because all of these 168-volt wheels are getting released, and
Hmm.
that's actually kind of what took the wind out of my sails in building that thing. But I'll get
Yeah.
to it.
When was I? I think I watched that video earlier today, and they were just. Oh, it was freshly charged. Well, Jimmy Chang's video, and they had the float wheel versus the one wheel. I think it was the float wheel, and then they
Oh,
were
I
just.
bet that float wheel would kick its butt, right?
It was, dude. The way you can program that thing, you know what I mean? I mean, you have to finagle with it a little bit to get it to the, the settings you want. But if they can do that with an EUC, wow, that,
That's what that is.
yeah,
I
dude,
actually
you
have
gotta.
a Vesk. I have another M103 back there that's already a 100-volt M103 with a Vesk. So
I'm on right. You got to
um,
get that thing out, dude. You gotta, yeah.
it sucks, actually. I mean, it's
Really?
okay, but it doesn't feel quite right, and the main board just continues to heat up, heat up, heat up. So I spoke to the company that actually makes that board, and they're gonna get me something new,
Okay.
uh, and we'll see how that goes. So it might be new for an M10 3, or it might end up going in one of my larger wheels. I was thinking like making the most badass ACM V2 ever, which I don't even know if you know what an ACM
I
V2
do know what
is.
an ACM is. Yes. That's going back.
But yeah, I've got one, and that would be quite the sleeper.
That would. They would sleep on that wheel, be like, what? Yeah. That you should do that. That would be nice. I know exactly
Yeah,
what the ACM is. Wow.
but
That would
we'll
be
see. But yeah,
nice.
there's so the company that makes the main board in that is Tronic. That's a 250R, and they've got two new boards coming out that I plan on playing with. So nobody talks about the Sherman S. I mentioned the Sherman S a while
Yeah.
ago, and I said it
Yeah.
was a good wheel and probably a smart buy right now because it's got good range, it's got good top speed, and it feels great to ride.
That was the
So
when Zen Lee had that race over in Spain, and that Commander Pro went to pull on it, and it dipped, and that Sherman just kept on going, man.
yeah,
I think what
yeah.
people miss sometimes, it's the firmware. It's how that thing is how it's programmed, man. A lot of people like it's that software in it, man. You got to put that sprinkle that secret sauce on that thing, you know?
Well, Bigode has been listening, and they've been doing it. So my EX30, where is it? It's in here somewhere. Uh, that was one of the first ones that got that field weakening software on it.
Hmm.
So I was rocking that for a little while, and um, routinely going over 60 miles an hour on it.
Yeah,
So
dude.
it's 65.4 on video, but I
Yeah, I
mean,
saw
even not
that.
on video, I hit 63 plenty of times on
Wow.
a 4P pack of 50 E cells, which is kind of dumb. All the smart people in the chat will say that was dumb, but most of you
You
won't know what I'm
survived.
talking about.
You
Yeah.
survived.
I
Yeah,
was at
man.
the racetrack and to
That's
pass
funny.
people.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. But nah, dude, it's that it boils down to the software. It goes back to the same thing if you look at cars. Cars have more horsepower than when they come from the factory. That's why the mod scene was so big. You can always yank more horsepower and torque out of a car, and that's just with bolt-on parts or even a flash tune, you know. So you see, same thing.
Yeah. Field weakening. That's the thing we're using the most right now. But
Dude, you got me
have I
excited, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to purchase something.
I saw your Falcon video that you posted the other day. It
Oh,
was
you know
a
what?
very well.
I took. I'm sorry to interrupt you because you got me excited, dude. I took it down and I'm going to re-edit it because I found some golden goodies to put in that thing. So
Huh.
hopefully by tomorrow or
I was just going to
Saturday.
say how well produced that video was. You did a great job putting it together.
Appreciate that.
But I
Dude,
don't agree with anything you said.
that's okay. That's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind. But I have some other stuff in it to sort of back up what I was saying. I found some old footage. I don't know if it's the original person that put it up, but I went back and I found it. So I want to add that to it. And I think that will sort of explain things a little bit better because I went back and I watched it. I was like, okay, now I see what I need to do. I actually found 2 videos of what I was doing, but we'll see.
And that was the guy that did all the suspension edition stuff with 3D printed parts, right?
Yeah, the guy with the V10F,
Yeah, I think it lasted a couple rides and then everything started failing
just
too, though.
start coming off. And then I never saw anybody, the person that made the suspension for the A2. I've never seen another video with anybody putting that kit on, or even if it was available.
Yeah, I think somebody was selling it out of China, but eh, it sort of doesn't seem too necessary to grab right now because Falcon is at our doorstep.
Yeah.
Unless, so if you want an A2 right now, I think Lem or EUC Underground is selling
Mhm.
them like dirt cheap out here in Southern California. And if you buy it, he'll ship it for like $100 anywhere in the
Wow.
country. So,
That'd be a nice little
yeah,
commuter banger.
dude, okay. So inside my shop, I use the A2. When I leave my shop, I use the Extreme. And if I need to impress somebody, I'll ride one of my masters.
I do have a question. What do you like better, the Extreme or the Mini Bull Pro?
I would say the Extreme.
Okay.
It just looks a little meaner. They feel similar, but the weird thing was all of the testing that I was doing, like on the clock, they were saying they were about the same.
Mhm.
So maybe they're the same. You just feel like you're going faster and you feel like you have more power on the Extreme, but the stopwatch wasn't really saying it that much.
Gotcha. Wilson, yeah, Wilson loves the Sherman S.
And I'll be seeing James this weekend potentially, but the weather's crap. So, or it has been. It was raining still.
Oh,
I know the weatherman said it was going to be nice, but we
you
got
guys get
poured
rain
on.
like crazy out there.
Yeah, it's going to be all nice from now on. So, let's see what else we got going
We
on.
got Euro.
Yeah.
What's happening, brother? Thanks for stopping by.
Euro. You ever see one of these live streams or posts or anything where Euro wasn't in it? That's weird if he's not.
He's not.
He's
He's like he's
everywhere,
like
always, all
he's
the
like
time.
air. He's like air. He's everywhere. Easy lifer. What's happening, bro?
But yeah, so Primo's saying mini all day, but I want to try the Extreme with a street tire, and I think I could fit a pretty fat street tire on there. So, uh, so
Oh
and
yeah, he
I'm just
did.
I could see the bottom messages. It says James is camped outside my house. There's a chance he means it. So
Go on,
let's see,
check. Let's see what we got here.
but
Oh, here we go. You want to take this one?
all right, Alabama here. I know I've been talking to Chris all day. Quick question. Link says 15 amps match or 15 amps per port. Both ports equal 15. Both ports. So you gotta you really only need to use one plug because the Lynx is double pinned and each pin is capable of 10 amps. So
Mhm.
one plug can theoretically do 20 amps, but the chargers that I send out, they come double plugged just in case you decide to do things that you should not do to your wheel and allow fast charging. So if you've got a Sherman S with, a Lynx with the 50 S cells, you should be able to go significantly higher than 15 amps, which is what the wheel is capped at out of the factory.
If you've drained your battery down, how fast would it take you to top it off with 15 amps, the links?
Probably about an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad at all. Have a sandwich, have a soda, and you're
Yeah.
good to go.
Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
drive a Tesla and it gets annoying. You like plug your car into charge and it charges so freaking fast with the new superchargers. You don't have time to get food. And then they start charging you idle fees if you just leave your car out there
Wow.
uh,
I'm glad you
not
said that
charging.
because there's a lot of pushback on EV charging, you know, and I think some people have misconceptions that, oh man, it's going to take 3 hours to charge. I'm like, no.
You check the map, and the map in your car will be like, this one will do 75 kilowatts. And you're like, this one will do 250 kilowatts. I'm like, I better not be hungry. Plug in and
Yes.
you go.
As soon as you plug it in, you're done.
Yeah. Let's
Balance of
see, I'm
interest. Thanks.
checking. Note this. Now, this is a show. Roger, let's go. Oh, so sweet.
Okay, we have
Okay.
the Falcon. Yeah, the Falcon does. My thing with the I don't know, because this is actually part of the video that I'm going to put in, the other part that I'm actually going to put in. So I will hold off on that because I had something to say about the Falcon. So I'll hold off on that one. But I do like the way it looks.
Well, I did not really examine the exploded view of the Falcon, but it looks like what they did is they wrapped the spring around the suspension stanchion, which I guess you could do when you're. Oh, my computer's thinking. Give it a
Yep.
second.
Yep.
Okay, it's good. Okay. So because your tire's this big, you can have the suspension stanchion be like that big and only use this much of it, so you can sort of waste some space by having the spring compressed on the
Gotcha.
direction of travel. But yeah, it should be good if they put damping in there. I don't know if they did.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. To me, it just looked like a Springer. I could be 100% wrong. I
Well,
remember
it's
years
easy to
ago.
add damping in a few ways, but yeah.
Uh, this is going back. You might remember. I don't know, but my buddy had an old dude. They don't make these bikes now. Old Huffy that had just a freaking spring. It was we were like in 7th grade or something like that, but it was like a darn catapult. You know what I mean? You hit, oh, bang. So if you weren't set when that thing, you're getting launched right off the back, man.
Yeah. I had a Trek with an aluminum frame and Lassimer only suspension with no damping, and it did the same thing. It bounced me right off of the thing and onto my head.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's
but
the
for
only
me,
bad thing.
I was proud of it. I cleared this really huge jump, but the thing is, I cleared it a million times. It's just this one time I was maybe I had my Wheaties that morning and I was just going that much faster.
That's funny.
So
So that could be a problem with the Falcon. You definitely going to need something to keep your toes down on that thing because if you hit too hard, well, again, they have different spring, maybe different tensions in that thing. So you just have to find what works for you, I guess.
they'll be labeled all different. They'll be like the Chooch spring, which is really light, and then you'll get the 2 cells 1 pack spring, which is really heavy.
Oh man,
Electric Dream spring.
the Jack Spring. No,
Jack spring is a good name. Yeah.
yeah. We need to copyright that. So we got here, Chris.
Jack.
Okay, non-suspension revamps from companies for better price points to bring more people in. Thoughts? What are your thoughts on that?
No. So there's if you want non-suspension, then buy a used wheel and you'll get something really good for very little money, and then you'll probably want to get suspension later on when you save up a little bit of money, and then
Mm.
you could buy yourself the latest greatest. So
Even me, I like the feel of non-suspension. I was just being, I mean, to me, it's like the sport car feel. But then I got on the suspension wheel. I was like, wait a second, what have I been missing? And I'm cranking over
that's
these freaking speed bumps, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, I see
dude,
what
you
I've been
you
missing.
could start checking your text messages and hit a pothole, and you're like, oh, I think I hit a pothole.
Yeah,
If you do that
that's
on
crazy.
yeah, otherwise you screw up your wheel, you screw up your legs, you screw up.
Your
Yeah,
back.
it's not a safe thing to do otherwise. So
It yeah, it was just crazy because I'm riding the whole time. Again, I was on that the EX20. I just want to I got to really get some good weather. Weather's been crappy up here, And I was like, okay, now I see why everyone talks about suspension. It definitely makes a huge difference when you're riding. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Just feels good. But there's definitely something nice about having your feet close to the ground where you feel like you have more control. But
mhm.
once you start lining up with other people that don't have their feet close to the ground and you see you're not accelerating quite as well or cornering quite as well, I'm talking to you, Maribel. Maribel's been on the EX N for ages, and we're all trying to get her to upgrade. So
Mhm.
she's finally getting on her master, but still don't know if she's going to be faster on her master just yet. Takes a
A little
lot of
time to get used
time
to it.
to.
Yeah, she's fast too.
Yeah,
Wow. She's
she is
fast.
fast.
E. Simon, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
But yeah, E. Simon's another one of
Oh,
those people that's in all the live streams and all the chats.
here we go. This is good here. We need more American made wheel. Yeah, there could be a way around that.
Well, like how much of it needs to be American made? Because even when you buy a Ford, it's like half made in Mexico or Canada or whatever, and it's everybody thinks, oh, that's an American car. So
Mhm.
if some company decides to make a wheel and all the parts are getting shipped out of China except for the control board, like I think Chronic might be, I think it's an American company. So their
Mhm.
headquarters is up here in like Glendale or Pasadena or something. So uh, would that be an American company? I don't know. I mean,
Right.
do
Car,
we
yeah, they do it.
have to
Cars all
do
the time.
everything? And then even all the tires, they're coming out of China. Even if it's like an American company, I think they're getting pressed and whatever in China. So
Yeah. Now this would be my question to you. Now, a kit, as
yeah,
far as they say, well, you're not allowed to make it. Let's just say they say you can't make it in the United States. Well, I'm not making a wheel. I'm just selling a kit. So if you're
hmm
not liable, if someone puts it together, it's on them in a sense. So if you sell all the parts and you give it to them in a box and they have to assemble the whole wheel together, would that bypass any way of you getting sued or anything like that, do you think? Or they still could come after you?
it sounds like a good idea, but they would still
They
come
would still
after
try
you.
to come after you, right?
Yeah,
Mm,
just because the way the law in the country here works is they can come after you for whatever they want, and it's not going to be too tough for you to end up in a courtroom with some guys on the other side of the room saying, this is the parts that the guy killed himself in or burned his house down or whatever. They all
mhm.
came out of this kit. That's the guy that supplied it.
Gotcha.
I
Gotcha.
don't know. But it sounds good. I mean, this is something that I have talked about with retailers before, and
Mhm.
but in the end, it's like you wouldn't be able to sell everything. So you could sell them like the chassis and all that stuff, and then you'd have to have them buy so that you couldn't sell a full kit. You'd have to have maybe
Something
even another
missing?
company sell the batteries,
Okay.
and
I
then
gotcha.
another company sell the main board, and then all the things together that you put together as your kit. That's what failed. But you could tell I actually did talk about this with people.
Wow. See,
So,
we're
and it's
thinking,
still
we're
just
thinking
a little bit of a separation. So it's still, there's danger because even if you're the guy that made the tire that's on that wheel
right.
and you end up going off the road and killing yourself on the edge of Mount Baldy, they'll
Mhm.
find a way to come
Find
after
a way to come
you and
after
then
you.
the guy that made the trolley handle and then the guy that made the battery.
Mhm.
They'll try to blame whoever they can. So
Because I was looking at, like, if you go back, I mean, I dove down the EUC rabbit hole and I looked at Trevor Blackwell, when he made that for it looked just like a unicycle with a motor on it, right? The good thing about those guys when they did it, they left the patents open. So if you wanted to come in and do your own thing, you could. And I can't remember the other guy that came in. He made the unicycle, electric unicycle that was on the Mythbusters. I'm sorry, I forgot his name right off the top of my head.
but
And when
that's the one
Trevor
that looked
Black,
like the unicycle, right?
pardon me,
that's the one that looks like a good
It
old
looks
old
just like
school
a
unicycle
unicycle.
with the pedals, except for it's just
Yeah.
got one bar instead.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And even when Trevor saw it, he was like, "Man, this is better than mine." He wasn't even. It was like, yeah,
Okay.
it was
So
like it
how
was
does all
cool.
that go on? And then the solo wheel dude gets the patent and
I
then
don't get it.
tries to, yeah.
I looked at it. I'm like, so how it was made here in America? All of a sudden, you have another company make it here. Then all Solar Wheel comes out, and then it's just like, what happened? That was weird.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Patent law. Not a fan of patent laws around here.
So
So
maybe when as
patents, great, but abusing patents, not great.
because I mean, again, the plans were left open, you know, or those patents were left open, and then I guess they snatched them up and closed everything off, and now that's where we are now. We're at a standoff.
Well, the cool thing with like the way they're doing all the one wheels now with it's called VESC.
Hmm.
So all of that is open source. So the hardware comes out, this open source software gets put on it, and there's similarities between every board the way it gets programmed with the XYZ and how much power gets used and all that stuff. So um, those VESCs are able to go into unicycles. And I think it maybe the current release or it might be the
Hmm.
next release is actually going to have a unicycle module that
Dude, that'd be
that
nice.
works. So
That would be
yeah,
nice. Especially, I mean, like guys like you that like to tinker that type of stuff and fine tune it. Yeah, that could go a long way, man. Oh, I have a
yeah.
question for you. I have a question for you here.
All right.
So we're going to skip around a bit. Um, what do you think needs to be improved on EUCs to take it up to the next level? I mean, to really amp it up.
Huh. Well, I feel like the whole thing that everybody complains about with the safety, it's kind of a multifaceted thing. So the smart BMSs, they need to be there.
Hmm.
Um, it feels to me like the reporting while you're riding isn't that great.
Okay.
Like you might be able to hear your wheel beep, maybe you won't. It's connected to my watch. Is my watch actually updating? Sometimes
I
it's
see.
not. I don't know, man. I feel like all they need to keep doing is keep beefing up the power output through the main boards to the motor, make sure things aren't overheating. The main board needs to check the temperature of the motor, the temperature of the main board, the temperature of the batteries. All
Mhm.
those little things that the technology is here now. We need to keep
Gotcha.
doing it. And then as time marches on, the batteries are going to become more energy dense, be
Mhm.
able to dump more power, which means the main boards are going to need to be able to support more. And someday you'll be able to lean as hard as you can, and the weight of your body won't be enough to cut the wheel out.
Right.
And you'll be able to accelerate as fast as you can. And you're going to need a real good aero position if you want to hit the maximum speed of a
Gotcha.
wheel.
Gotcha.
So,
Because that's one thing that I tell a lot of people, when I talk battery tech, I mean, if you could get a battery instead of having, let's say you have, let's throw a generic number out there, you have a 3,000 watt hour battery, but you're able to get the same output out of like a 1,500 watt hour battery. You know what I mean? So you'd be able to cut the weight and then get that same range and power. I think that'd be great too. That'd be really
yeah.
good.
So I think what you're saying is double the energy density will let you have half the weight of the battery.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I
And there's a
totally
lot of
agree.
truth
But
to that.
the thing is, that's not going to be Begode. That's not going to be in motion. That's going to be, I don't know, Elon Musk turning that into mainstream technology.
Yeah.
So all we have to do is wait for it to happen because none of these companies are they're not reinventing the wheel when it comes to the batteries. They're just buying the cells that are pretty good and putting them all together and
I'll put
throwing a
them in there.
BMS on them.
Because I mean, there's some great stuff, solid state batteries. I got salt batteries, graphene batteries. I mean, it's like the tech is just waiting. It's there, It's just come on, man, put it out.
Yeah,
Put it
kind of
out.
there. So when it's that easy, then companies like Tesla or Panasonic, LG, whatever, they would be jumping on that and implementing it in a heartbeat. So
Mm.
the reason they're not is because they can make like a lab sample of these cells, but they haven't figured out how to mass produce them yet.
On a mass
So
scale.
that's like a
Mm.
whole nother bit of technology
Whole ball game. I
that
got you.
it'll come around.
I
But
got you.
anyway, that's not for us to worry about. That's for these big time battery manufacturers to worry about. Hey, I know that guy too.
What's
So
happening, bro? Thanks for joining in. Okay, we got another one. Sherman as best overall wheel for 2023. Lynx will be the best overall wheel for 2024. Calling it now. Thoughts?
and that's Aaron. I know Aaron. He's sold out to Leaper Kim.
Uh-oh.
Can't believe that. No, I'm just kidding. So he rides a Sherman S and he rides it well. But
Mhm.
when he and I uh, lined up with his Sherman S and me on, I don't, whatever wheel I was on, I was switching wheels. Whatever wheel I was on, I was able to best him in certain aspects of riding. So are you
Okay.
still saying that your Sherman S was superior as of 2023? Because if I recall, Aaron, that was the year that we were playing together, wasn't it?
Look at that.
I'm gonna get some dirty messages from him pretty soon. But
Uh-oh.
I love
Check
the
out.
guy. He's a great guy.
Mute the phone. Block.
Oh yeah, and Aaron, I actually was impressed with his riding enough that I may end up on a race team with him pretty soon.
Look at that.
So
You still got to go full force though, man. Can't hold back.
he doesn't hold back. It's I'm just giving him a hard time, but yeah, we had some fun. So, um, but yeah, Aaron, is it cool if I mention this whole race team thing online here?
Uh-oh, we're
Oh,
getting new. We're getting some
this
fresh news.
is breaking news. Okay, Sensei, from all the companies that you know in
Mhm.
the EUC universe,
Right.
which company would you think would have a race team but doesn't?
Would have a race team, but doesn't. I'm not sure, but I would say Bagoat.
Well, okay, so Bigote is a great answer, but that's a company that actually makes the wheels. So all of our race teams are like Alien Rides,
Oh, I
EVs.
got you.
So E Wheels doesn't have
They
one.
don't have a team, E-Wheels.
They don't have a team. So I've been talking to Jason of late and been thinking that it would be a good idea for him to start a
Mm,
race team. And he was receptive to the idea. So um,
nice.
I'm thinking that we will be
That would be nice.
probably representing E Wheels at AVS and uh, whatever Shredfest. I don't know, whatever races are going on.
You got
There's one coming up
Cobra's
pretty
Rally
soon
coming, AVS,
on
Shred
Drive for
Fest,
me.
Amp.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
Amped.
you know,
Amped's going to be a big one. So we'll all be out at Amped. So,
I need to
but
get my
Amped,
butt out there. Okay, so we got Primo. He
which
says, what do you two believe will have an overall higher top speed
so I think he's talking between the GT Pro and the
in the
ET
Lynx, right?
Max.
The Max.
No, not the Lynx, the ET Max, the
The Max, okay.
268 volt wheels.
Okay. Well, didn't
So,
the GT Pro hit 220 kilometers? 220 or 223?
oh, it did not.
No?
So they were showing the free spin speed, and it
Mm-hmm.
was announced as 140 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
But then somebody said that it was not set to miles per hour; it was set to kilometers.
Mm-hmm. He
So
put 2 videos out.
Kevin, yeah, Kevin actually said, "Oh, whoops, sorry, it was a mistake," and he was getting all kinds of hate. There's a whole bunch of really mean people on the internet.
There's a whole bunch of them, dude. I ran into some of
Yeah. So um, whether the free spin speed on one or the other is higher, I don't really think that's going to be what determines the maximum speed of these wheels, but I think the way the GT or the ET Max, the
Mhm.
motor is put together, I think it's going to let you carry a little bit more torque higher up into the range, which means you'll be able to beat that wind a little further in to its high
Gotcha.
speed. So whether or not you could go faster on one than the other inside of a vacuum, I think in the real world,
Mhm.
the ET Max is going to have the higher usable top speed.
Okay.
That's mostly because of the tile magnets that they're using, is why I'm saying it.
Gotcha. Well, this is another thing too. I mean, a wheel can have as high as it wants as far as the top speed, but if you don't have the skill to get that thing up there or maintain that speed, that's just you can get yourself in a lot. That's like people that buy these sport bikes. They learn how to ride. They freaking get the speed up there, and all of a sudden, man, they wrapping it around a tree or riding off the road.
Well, on a sport bike, all you have to do is that. On the EUC, you're getting up there and your brain is telling you not to do that anymore. And it takes a lot of practice to get your brain to be okay with telling your body to go 60 miles an hour on one wheel with your
Yeah,
toes inches above the asphalt.
dude,
So,
it's no joke. Like I said, man, you can lean in, but once that thing starts getting a little buck wild on you, it can get nasty real quick, man. So you gotta have the skill to ride that thing that fast.
so I don't know. There's just a few people that I don't know can if you say go this fast, they'll go that fast. Like Dawn, you put her on the EX30 with the field weakening firmware, and she's over
She'll
60
rock that
miles an
thing
hour.
out.
Yeah.
GT Pro or ET
It's
Max. Dude, I would be happy with either one of those wheels for me. I mean, like I said, I'm not a super high speed rider, so um, I could get away with either one.
well, the most important thing for me is which one has better speakers. I don't care about
I,
the
I would
speakers.
think you would make something to put in a backpack, have like a 12-inch sub or something in a backpack.
No, see, the thing is, you put your helmet on and you got the speakers right there in your ears, and it should be relaying the beeps from the wheel to your helmet also. And I don't know. That's just I think how it should be. So you want to be
It should.
blasting music so people on the bike path can hear you coming. That's cool, but that's why I have my little thing.
Little, yeah, I have one of those. What I think it's called an electronic whistle. Trey, what's happening, brother? Thanks for stopping in. There you go. Now
Hey,
this is the show, Roger.
look at
Let's
that. He
go.
spelled my name right. That's pretty
I
cool.
know. I put
Thanks,
a D in
Trey.
it. God help me. I feel so bad. I have to send your
It's
fruit basket or something.
I think my D is in my fruit basket. Wait, never mind.
Let's just say, oh, Wilson says, I see a PlayStation symbol in the background. What are you playing, Roger?
Mostly
Oh,
just playing on my EUCs, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see if I have anything out here. But no, I liked Fallout 4 and I don't know, all of the race car games, the Forza stuff.
dude, I was a
That's tough to
Forza
beat.
fanatic at one point, man. Forza, Gran Turismo. Yeah,
Gran Turismo. Yeah, it's just and Grand Theft Auto. That was
that too.
some good time wasting right there.
Yeah, and time ticks away. So, dude, I tell you a story about this, man. I was a big Call of Duty fanatic, dude. I mean, I should have went pro. No joke, man. I was that good.
Hmm.
I would play that game and just get up. He's like, "Oh, last game. All right, one more game, one more game." Next thing you know, man, it's like time for me to go to work. I would just take a shower, just dude, it just go to freaking work, dude. It was like that serious, man. I hope that was some cool gamers, but yeah, man, we used to rock hard. I mean, it's not the same now. Everyone's just freaking cheating in the game, but yeah, I was hardcore.
So when you say cheating, you mean they're on a console that has a keyboard and mouse hooked up, or they're
Not even.
actually using things that
Oh, they got all kind of wall hacks. You can see people through the walls, automatic aim. So only thing you're doing, the aimbot, you just pull the trigger and it aims on the target. Automatic jump shot, drop shot. it's horrible what's going on in gaming right now. I mean, they dropping it. They use that crap in tournaments. Dude's getting caught using it in
Yeah,
tournaments. It's a wreck,
that
man.
yeah, that's no good.
Big
Anyway, but
streamers
yeah,
getting caught using this stuff.
I used to do like Quake
I
2,
remember
and
that.
yeah, Unreal Tournament, and I think that's about when I stopped with the first
Yeah.
person shooters because I saw too many of my friends that just ended up stuck in their parents' house, just on the TV with the thing and click click click. You're like, man, what are you doing? I haven't seen anything move on your screen. It's like a sniper. I'm waiting. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, that's
that's
cool.
funny. That is hilarious. Now you got people running around with a sniper gun. Gun doesn't even aim the whole way, man. They just no scoping you. Pow, pow. I'm like, come on, dude. No one, come on. You play a game long enough, you
So
know what you can do and not do. Okay, talking about the
yeah, but
A2. I
yeah,
really like the A2. That's Willie Brady.
Willie Brady, he knows what's up. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like to race Brady A2 to A2. See what happens. But yeah, Brady's fun. Like whenever he's around, it's a good time.
Always good times, right? What do you think about that? I think the best overall wheel needs to have a 3,600 watt battery. That's just me, though. What are your well, it depends on
Um,
what you're using it for, right, though?
that's the thing. So yeah, if I'm just going around town and I'm not going more than I don't know 40 miles or so. Well, okay, 40 miles. So I can I had all four of my batteries in my master beeping after 21 miles going from the bottom of Mount Baldy to the top. So I
You were
drained
moving.
them all and I overheated them all.
You were moving.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I did okay. But on my EX30, I could do the same thing. I end up on low battery beeps at the top, but having 6P, like six
Mhm.
cells in parallel, it just gives me that much more juice, and I don't melt my batteries.
My question to you is, how's your regen coming back down? How much percentage do you put back in?
Uh, I still I fully charge at the top, and I make
Mhm.
it back to the bottom with almost no battery, also.
Wow. Okay, I thought you'd
Because
have more. Okay.
you definitely get the regen. If you're going like 15, 20, 25 miles an hour, you'll end up close to breaking even. If
But
you're
you're
going like
cranking all the way
15,
down
you're
then.
charged. But if you are if you're leaning into it from the top to the bottom, it doesn't matter that it's a hey, look,
Gotcha.
Amber's in here. What up,
Oh,
Amber?
oh, I think am I falling behind here? Yes. What? Dude, all these comments. We got to start
Yeah, we
clicking.
got a lot of comments. Okay, sorry. Oh yeah, he is loving his link. So he screwed something up going off of I think he said like a 4 or 5 foot drop, and he had to take the whole wheel apart and put it back together. He said it took a half hour.
What?
Yeah, I guess he broke the bolts that hold the suspension onto the
Okay.
side. So, which is weird because Chris is such a little guy. He's got to weigh like 110 pounds.
But what was the drop? How big was the drop though?
No, Chris is a big guy. But yeah, he said it was 4 or 5 feet.
Oh, there you
So
go. And that's probably just
yeah,
landing flat, kangaroo style, like pow, kangaroo
yeah.
feet.
I I'll only do like 4 or 5 foot drops on accident. I don't want to do that on purpose.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you can number of those things. You will have some damage to the wheel.
Yeah, so the V14 feels pretty damn good to me. It doesn't feel heavy, but it is heavy. The only thing I have to say about it is it showed up to the game way too late. Like if I'm
Mm,
torn between that V14 and my Extreme, it's like a toss up. So there's no way in hell that anybody's gonna upgrade because I don't know, is it even an upgrade? So I upgraded the suspension on my Extreme and it feels awesome. But the V14 felt great. Great. Yay. A lot of stuff
okay,
feels great.
there you have it.
We're back up to James Darnell being outside my house.
Okay.
Greenmaster Mike, I know that guy too. Pretty
Yes.
sure that's the guy that prompted me to make my what was it? EUC wannabe writers group on Facebook.
He says, "Yeah, the weather
Because
has been bad for sure, West Coast." Up, Sensei. What's up, brother? Roger. Mini from me. Okay. Thanks to Mini.
yeah, Mini is good. But
Came close.
I don't know.
You know what was crazy with the Mini? I went up to Sam's shop, iRides, and actually Ronan Rider let me, demo his wheel. Loved it. Saw it next to the Commander Pro, and I was like, wait a second. I didn't realize how small that Mini Pro is. That thing is
Okay,
like,
so they just call it the Commander Mini, and then the other one is the Commander Pro.
yeah, I didn't realize until I saw them side by side. It's like the Mini is like almost shaped like a, remember a Pez dispenser? It's like it's just
Yeah,
squished in, and yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And the funny thing is, it has the exact same size battery as a Master. So yeah, it's a compact little unit,
little
and
powerhouse.
it does pretty good.
Purple Rider, welcome. Yeah, he's rocking
Or
out on his
extremes with the
extreme.
street tire. Yeah, but yeah, that seems like it would be a good weapon for like a really short track, like that track that they put together at EUC Con in Vegas, like
Yeah.
an extreme with the street tire. I'd
All
give it a
right,
go.
slap a street tire on yours, man. Let us
Man, would
know.
I take it off road? But yeah, I don't know. I'm good with my Master for a small track. Ben said he wants to Vesk the A2. Nobody important. There's a lot of Bens. Is that Taylor
I don't know.
Filkins?
I'm not.
Maybe
I
it
don't.
is. So if that's Taylor Filkins, then the Ben he's talking about is the mad scientist Ben
The man's
uh, up there. Yeah, he one of the people that does more. I won't say stupid. I'll say crazy things than I do. Like he does a lot more crazy things. My stuff. I have an end game. That guy will just do something weird just to say he did it.
that's funny. Easy Lucifer, what's up, bro? And now, man, never late to the party. Your hair when it's boiling, man. Send
Send
it
it
to
to
Indy.
Indie Speed Control. Okay, Indie Speed Control is Taylor Filkins. So
Okay.
luckily
Kind of
we have a
zipping
small
through.
community, so we could figure this stuff out. Well, at least that's somebody that knows Ben. So I'm just guessing. Don't worry about fast charging because just grab another wheel and keep riding. Well, then you're not my customer. Get out of here.
He wants get a charger. Buy a charger, CJ. Buy a couple, man. You got
Out of
enough wheels,
charges.
bro.
Yeah. Got to push back. And we got to do like more quoting so that we know what people are talking about. So,
Right.
oh, EUC Vibes is in here too.
Vibes is always in the crib.
Man.
What up, fam? What's going on? Nowhere NYC where yep. Thanks for dropping in. Let's see what we got here.
And I'm going to tell you what goes on with new riders nowadays. So back in the day, you ride an EUC and you find a friend that wants to get one. He gets one and he starts riding, and like a few months later, he's pretty okay. Now somebody buys a wheel. There's people on EUC everywhere. They're always in group rides, and instead of like getting better like this, they just go like whoa, and they are kicking everybody's ass in no time because they never got that fear thing in their head. It's like you instantly know everything is possible. I was afraid to drop off a curb for the first like year I was riding.
I
Maybe I'm
got you.
exaggerating, but
No,
yeah, just
I get it.
but if I saw somebody else do it, I'd be like, boom, I'm jumping off that curb. And then I'd find something bigger to drop off of. But
What messed me up is when I got hit. When I got hit, man, that was like freaking shell shock, dude. I was gonna quit. I was gonna quit riding. I mean, I was mauled
really,
up pretty good. And then my wife was like, "Nah, you got to get back on." She's like, "You got the channel. You got to get back on." So I got back on the wheel, but that messed me up
pretty
for a
clear
bit.
that your wife thinks you spend too much time around her. Huh.
That's a good one, dude. That's a good one.
Yes,
My
Charles, you
wife,
need some
she's a
hobbies.
daredevil, though.
Out.
She is a daredevil.
That's cool. Your eyes canceling my ET Max and getting the Commander GT Pro. Primo, man, am I right about saying that what he said was miles per hour was actually kilometers per hour? So you might end up screwing yourself, man. So I don't know. Maybe we're far back in the chat
Well, did you
before I
see?
said
Did you
that.
see the two videos or just the one?
I guess just the one
Yeah,
video.
he put
Or
out
what was the
another
second
one.
video?
Yeah, he put out
Yeah.
another one and said that they went in, they changed it, they checked it. So he clicked it over to kilometers, I believe, for the second
Okay.
video, and then it hit 223, I think. 223
Oh,
kilometers.
so then it was in miles per hour. Then what
Yeah,
the hell was he apologizing about the first time?
yeah, yeah. So that,
Maybe he said it was 220 miles the first one. I was just reading comments, so I
yeah,
don't
because
know.
he put two videos out.
Okay.
But I think the thing is you have
Well,
to see what the load speed is though, man. Because the free spin and load are going to be two different. It's not like back in the day when you had like a Begode, you could free spin it and say knock 10 miles an hour off of it, and like you'll be safe.
so let me also tell everybody that's on here that wants to know what the field weakening is. So they
Yes.
call it magnetic weakening. So when the thing is going, there's like the positive pole of the motor, then the negative pole, then the positive pole, then the negative pole. So you've got these three phases that are constantly getting energized as it's going across the proper spot in relation to where the magnets are. So it's getting switched on, switched off, switched on, switched off. So what the magnetic weakening is doing. So like if you ever take you've seen like a wheel that's had its MOSFETs fried and it's really hard to turn. And as
Yeah.
soon as you take those phase cables off, the thing will spin free.
Mhm.
So field weakening is doing something similar where it's putting a little bit of current through to counter that braking effect of when the coil's not energized.
Okay.
So in effect, it's widening the time that each of the phases is energized. So you have no field weakening, and then you've got like 10% and 80% and 90% field weakening. So
Gotcha.
you're just burning more energy the wider that time, that duration is set for. And that's how come they want to only make sure that you're really kicking it up there with the high discharge cells.
Yeah, you need that. I remember, I don't even know if this would connect. I remember back in the day, like RC cars, again, they were a cheaper
Advancing the
version.
timing on the motor.
They would have like a button that you could press. It would be like a turbo button, if that makes any sense of what I'm saying. So you hit top speed, you think, and you hit the button for a short time, it would just overpower and the thing would just take off.
Yeah, but so that's a little different. That's just it holding back. So
Mhm.
our wheels aren't holding back. It's getting full everything. So it's more like on the RC cars that you could actually change the contact point of the brushes and
Okay.
the size of the brushes. So you could change where the power was going in relative to the magnets, and you can advance the timing on the motor and get a higher top speed. So but yeah, I used to build some motors back in the day.
That's
So
insane. Even like with the EV cars, you have a Tesla. A lot of those motors, man, even they can output more power in those. Even the little small ones, man, them freaking motors are strong. They're
yeah,
strong, and
yeah,
they just
and
hold them out.
so the Tesla Model 3 dual motor, they were selling it for ages, and then all of a sudden, if you felt like it, you could throw a couple $1,000 to Tesla, and they'll upgrade it to the same acceleration as the performance model. And all
Wow,
they're doing is changing how the electric speed controller in there handles the power.
that's crazy. Must be.
All right. So I think he's talking about when I was mentioning about the mean people like putting nasty comments towards alien rides over just
Oh,
like an honest mistake of kilometers versus miles.
it happens. All right, that's Wilson. Get the latest and greatest. Oh, and Amber, welcome. She can roll. She got skills on the wheel too, man.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, she can roll out.
So, and you can tell she's a trooper because at Amped, she went off of the ramp and onto the airbag. Do you know what happened there?
As the one she got all
So
bruised up.
yeah,
Mhm.
she kissed the wheel with her face as she landed on the
Oh,
bag. So yeah, that TSG did her dirty, but
she's a trooper,
uh,
man.
she came back and kept on riding.
Yeah, that's it. She's a trooper. So I legit canceled my AT Max order 2 days ago. Been debating on what to actually get. I love the V14, but I feel like it's time to move on. What do y'all suggest? I'll let Roger answer that because I'm the wrong Trey. I'm the wrong person to ask that question.
I don't know. If you are a solid off-road rider, the ET Max might not be the best choice. So I'm sure that people are going to come up with alternative um, mounting points and things for the batteries to get them out of the way. But when that suspension is fully compressed, those battery boxes are like right there on the ground. And
Wow.
if you are with a tire that's got say 30 psi and you're dropping from something up high, the battery boxes come down, then your tire compresses, and then if you're on, let's say, some clay or something that's a little compressible also, you're scraping the ground.
Yeah, well, you're
So
smacking the ground with them packs. Yeah,
if
that's
there's
not.
rocks around, yeah, that's
Yeah.
bad news. But
So it
they
might
build them good now.
make better a better street rocket than off road.
I
Yeah, that,
still think it's going to be winning off-road races, but it's not going to be spending a lot of time at jump parks and stuff like that,
yeah,
perhaps. But we'll see.
yeah. Suspension definitely feels great.
Huh? I missed Duff's live stream last night.
Oh, I missed. Yeah, I got. Yeah, I dude, I passed out. I don't know what. I don't even remember. I think someone might have snuck in and freaking put some ether on a rag and knocked me out. I was gone, dude.
I think Duff's been trying to do that to himself in his live streams lately. It's like
With
I'm going to be drinking this, and then I'm going to drink that,
with the
and
Cayman
what's in that
Jacks.
bottle? I don't know. It's not labeled, but
You
yeah,
got
yeah,
some.
the
You
Cayman
got some
Jacks.
moonshine and Cayman Jack.
Yeah, I missed it last night. I like watching his live
I
streams. It's the
do. I like
weirdest thing.
watching Duff
You
stream.
just stick it on the TV and it's going and he's talking and it's I don't know. It's like a little more entertaining than being in an empty house.
Yeah, I dig his streams, man. I pop in there all the time. Yeah, purple. Yeah, suspend. Yeah, man. It's I didn't think like I still love that raw feel of non-suspension. I think every rider should experience that. But yeah, the suspension, dude. Like I said, I was hitting stuff, and I was like, "What? Are you kidding me?"
Just little thing.
Yeah,
And I used to ride my Sherman with like 40 plus PSI always. So yeah, it gets nasty if you're hitting just a little rock with 45 PSI in your tire.
yeah.
So
Well, I used to see people ride that high suspension on non-suspension wheels, and it's like a basketball. And you put too much air in it, man. It's like yeah, bouncing, bouncing, bouncing.
are these chat things like so far up there that I don't even see them on my screen?
Yeah, dude, dude, we got so many comments, man. Wow. I didn't even, that's what I'm saying. I didn't even see all these.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this one dude keeps asking what I had my field weakening set to on the EX30. So I was on one of I think that was the second test release of the firmware from Begode. And it would seem that it was at 90%, which would equal 9 on the current app.
Mm-hmm.
Head to head with Maribel once more on our EXNs. Well, Amber, she has been practicing. She's been doing those intro to speeds. How often are you guys doing it out there in New York? Because yeah, I was seeing those videos on the regular for a while, and then they went away. But are you guys still doing intro to speed all the time?
I used to see the
Because
videos all the
practice makes
time.
perfect.
See, another thing too, you
Yeah, are
got
they?
weather, man.
Do
Weather
you
gets
know
kind
if they're still doing the intro to speed out there by the? Because I thought they got
of Pier
kicked out of
70,
that
Pier
place.
76, they would do it, but then they were doing it somewhere else too. I
Yeah,
think they
by
were
like
doing it
some
in Jersey as
warehouse.
well. If Willie Brady's still in here, he might be able to tell you because I know they were doing it in Jersey too. But the weather is just kind of shoddy up this way now, man.
Yeah, that's got to be what's going on. It's 70. Yeah,
Wow.
I agree. But yeah,
Well,
I
that
want
depends on.
if we can cruise at 70, then I don't know. That would be ideal because all these like highways that have the 50-mile-per-hour top speed, people are driving down those things at like 65. So
Yeah.
I want to be able to keep up with the cars wherever I am. Yeah,
Oh, if anyone
that
can
would
do
be
it straight,
something.
Elon will figure out a way to get an EDC made.
That yeah.
He figure out something. The motion wheels and the amount of wheels being produced so rapidly.
Yeah, it's not wheels being produced. It's like, okay, so we're going to take this old wheel and we're gonna put the new BMS in it, and we're gonna make this little minor improvement. It's like, I don't know, not a big deal. It's more like an iteration, like a little incremental upgrade.
You know what I like in this too, and you've been riding longer than me, so you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm just going to rattle off some wheels: MSX, MSP, RS19, right? All like,
You're forgetting a few.
but
You
I'm
got
just saying from,
The M Super V3, M
yeah.
Super V3S.
And it's
Yeah.
like you look at the wheel and it's like, okay, man, they're just like mixing and matching parts, and it's almost just,
You can't
you see,
I don't know what the hell I'm looking at half the time. So
and you go
yeah,
and
they
you
all
look
look the
even
same.
now. What do you got? So you go like the T4, the Master, Master Pro, EX30. They're all looking like, and now we have the A2, the M10, M10-4, A2, the Falcon. They all have that same look, and they're just
Yeah,
so.
but their upgrades were so minor that it wouldn't warrant a name change. Like the V11 is now the V11F,
The
and
11Y.
they put a whatever it
Mhm.
is. I yeah, why not? Okay, but so it goes a little bit faster and a little bit further, whatever. But it's not really. I don't know if somebody had one and you like took it out of their closet and stuck the new one in its place and made it look the same, they'd get on it, they'd ride it. I don't think they'd know the difference.
Hey,
So
that's a good point. That's a good point because I know, well, like, because I bought the RS19 and it was like, dude, it was like they didn't even give it like 6 months to the RS19 came out. People were ticked. They were like, "What? I just," you know. So,
mm,
but it wasn't that big of a change. So I don't know.
well, so the RS series had multiple different size bearings, and some had displays, and some had main boards that could be flashed, and others didn't. But I mean, in my office, I've got an M Super V3 that looks pretty much the same as that, and it's a 67-volt wheel.
Dude.
So,
So you hit
and
the nail
then
right on the head.
2 months later, they came out with the 84-volt one. And I was trying to figure out how can I upgrade to 84 volts, but yeah, never happened. I just ended up buying a new wheel.
Yeah, there you go. And the display, I will say, because I still have my RS, that display is just completely useless. You can't see it unless you're stopped. Yeah, doesn't make any
Yeah, and
sense.
half the people when you're off-roading, they'll be like halfway through the ride and their display doesn't work anymore, and then it'll work again the next day. I'm like, that's cool. It's
Yeah, so,
distracting that way.
but I mean, that goes the same with the whole, you know, Extreme Bull lineup. They all reminiscent of each other from the mini all the way up. They're all like they're almost mirror images. They might change the shape of the bars, or one's a little wider, longer. So
The the Sherman versus the Sherman Max. They were pretty much just one replaced the other. They're like, okay, we're not going to let people break the axle on this anymore, so now it's got a hollow axle.
there you
So
go. Yeah. Let's see what's experimental air experimental airplane. CJ is funny. Okay.
yeah, this the 244 is a good all around tire, and it looks mean. It's nice to have your unicycle looking mean.
I have a question for you, Roger.
Personally, yeah.
And this is actually piggybacking off this question here by Chris. Tubeless tires, right? I made a video about this a while back, and I haven't seen anybody do it. A mountain bike um, tire liner. I wonder why no one ever put one inside of a tubeless tire.
So there's two different products, and they are doing it right now, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And yeah, I could send you links of it, but for me, it's not that exciting. But
Mhm.
so there are two things that they do. So one is this foam filler that goes inside of a tubeless tire. So if you do get a flat, it's almost like having a run flat tire.
Right.
And then the other one is a like a Kevlar liner that goes between the tube and the tire,
Hmm.
and you could just buy those at a bike shop and stick it in yourself,
Right.
and it'll help keep you from getting flats.
Because I was looking at the one I was looking at was called the V liner, and you can put that in there. You can actually put air in a tire, and they were showing like if you would go over. I think they had one where they were coming off like a stair or something, and you could see the tire compress. And then when they put that V liner in it, it was almost like you know you have like an inch and a half or maybe almost 2 inches of that dense foam in there, and it would be just a barrier, almost like a I would say like a suspension, if that makes any sense, to help
Yeah,
you not to
yeah,
get these freaking rim bangers.
it lets you run lower tire pressure without getting the pinch flats.
Okay,
So,
nice.
but I'm against.
Okay.
So, and the reason I'm against it is higher rotational mass. I don't like rotational
Oh,
mass.
so you
So,
think that could actually throw you off with that
no,
thing in
it'll
there?
make the wheel feel more stable. You'll get a stronger gyroscopic effect, but it'll take more current when you're accelerating, and
Okay.
so any change in speed means more energies going out of your batteries than it would have otherwise.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Because I was curious because I had a mountain biker come in and he made a comment on it asking, he was like, I don't understand why they don't put these things in the tire. So I didn't know. Now I
I
do.
ran my mountain bike with like next to no air pressure all the time with no tire liner. So the tires, they, I don't know, they use different tech in them. They don't, and tubeless is better. So
All
the
right.
only people that argue the other direction are the ones that aren't educated on both sides of that line.
Fits well, Chris. I don't. Okay.
He's
Right.
talking about the 244 on his links.
Okay. I
So
only rode the
yes, he
Shinko
says it
once.
fits well and he loves it.
I rode a Shinko on an RS. It actually felt pretty good.
Yeah, the 244 feels great for everything. The 241 also feels pretty good for everything, but I think that's I don't know, that's a great off-road tire.
Mhm. How many
People y'all
how many people
hate
y'all
the
know want to
plunge.
ride? Honest, I might get some hate for this. Most of the people that I run into don't want to ride. That's just the majority of people.
Really?
They look at it. I always say, like, you look at motorcycles, you know what I mean? I would never get on a motorcycle, and I don't think a lot of people want to get on one wheel.
Yeah. I
It's
would
it's
say on a daily basis, I hear, I would break my
it's
neck on one of those things.
100%. Out of all the time that I've been riding, my cousin started riding from watching the videos. He picked up a V12. Now he's looking to get something else. But everyone else, they don't want to do it.
I
They think
see
I'm
you,
crazy.
CJ, talking about a slice of cheesecake will kill your battery because I was talking about the rotational mass. Well, hey, there's actually a much greater effect. A pound of cheesecake on your ass will affect you much less than a pound of cheesecake inside your tire because you are accelerating that tire both forward and rotationally. So it has, I don't remember what the actual ratio is, but
Mhm.
it's a lot higher than a 1-to-1 for sure. I think it's more than twice the effect.
Oh yeah, you got Extreme Boom Go. Those are definitely Leaper Chem. That's what I think people forget too. Leaper Chem was basically spawned out of Pagoda or Gotway. So
Yep. Yeah, they're all incestuous.
yeah, that dude, that's the best way to put it. That's so true. Yep. That is
McFly,
such
I've seen this guy around. I still don't know if I know who that is. Do I
I
know
don't know.
you?
Well, welcome.
Yeah, I like the name.
I like that name too. Reminds me of
Hi.
McFly,
Hello.
Back to the Future.
Yeah. Holy crap. These are really old messages, man. You got to start clicking, clicking, clicking.
Clicking. Yeah, you can click too, man. Dang, we got a
I
lot.
can.
Okay.
I can
You can,
click through these messages.
yeah, I believe you can click on it.
I
Let's
don't
go.
know.
I'm gonna up it
Let's see what
here.
happens if I click. Wait, I have stuff over my screen because let's see. Um
I'm not used to all these
oh wait.
messages. Thank you everybody for coming.
Yeah, okay. You're in the show. I'm gonna try to click stuff. I got private chats, I got comments. Do I click on comments? Oh, I
Go,
can
yeah,
see the
go on
comments.
comments,
Okay.
and you
Now I'm gonna
should be able,
click on something. Let's see. I'm gonna try to go back to where you are because I don't want to be skipping all these comments. People put a lot of hard work into their fingertips for a reason.
they do.
Okay, so we're at Chris Egypt.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm way behind. This comment was like 1042. Yeah, you should be able to click it. I know.
Well, I'm still scrolling up to try to find where we're at. We got
Look,
we got a lot to do here.
apologies,
Amber,
everybody. We get caught up in the
yeah.
moment.
Yeah, let's see how good my focus is if I come in on here. That's pretty
We're
good.
getting a free 3D movie
All right.
without the blue and red glasses.
Okay. Now I can see the one you highlighted. Okay, so patents hinder competition in my. Oh, they're talking about not veteran patents. They mean patents like patent lawyers and yeah.
Mhm.
So they hinder competition. Yeah. So there's the good thing and bad thing about patents. Yeah, I can't click on stuff. It's all you, man.
It's all
Click
me.
on
Why can't you
stuff.
click on that thing? Okay,
Well,
let's
my
go. Let's
clicker's a
rip through.
little weak.
True. Okay. AI. Okay, that's yeah. That could happen very soon. Roger, here you go, man. Favorite person ever. Roger's the man.
Wheel Wanderer. Some intelligent
250.
people in this room.
201 today. Yeah, them freaking cars are crazy. Even like the electric drag motorcycles, man, they're nasty. Chris, yep, tech is definitely here.
But it's about implementing the tech. That's the hard part.
Implementing the tech, man. They gotta release the hounds. I did actually see that video for the Commander Pro. GT Pro, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently there's two of them, and I only get one. So
Yeah, there's because that you like you said he was getting heat from the first one, so he made the second one.
yeah.
He said your stream is laggy by a few seconds. I can't even see it on mine. You're perfectly fine on mine. I can't.
Yeah, that's what all the girls tell me.
He says there might be a sleeper among us.
Still trying to click.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Leaper Kim, come on, come on. We don't need like the word "oh." We could pass that, and the
We can
word
pass
"ugh,"
that.
and the "for
Okay.
sure" because they were just chiming in on the live stuff that was being talked about. E-Wheels Racing Team. I don't know if he intentionally spelled coming that way, but there we go.
Okay.
Okay, he fixed it.
Okay, yeah, we're
Got it.
gonna have
Okay.
to that's funny though.
So yeah, that is kind of my announcement that I will be leaving the Eevees race team. And Eevees is an awesome company, and they treated me good. And I am sad that I won't be wearing that jersey anymore because I know it's not like the manliest looking jersey, but dude, I
Hey,
like the colors. Look good.
took a lot of podiums in that shirt, man.
Yeah, got a few.
Tell Jason I can be the pace car for you guys for heroes. That's about it, man. EX30. A lot of EX. Well, you guys have a lot of people that ride EX30s out in Cali, though. I see those on the videos a lot.
Yeah, it's weird in California. It's like we're all on S22s when they came out, and then we all got the I don't know, we just all upgrade to the same things at the same time. And
Mr. Vibes,
it's a
another
lot of
shout
upgrading
out.
going on. What's up? Waxing New York Street with that Twitch move in traffic. Oh, they must be talking about my wait,
Oh, he's talking
is it
about
my
I know what he's
move?
talking in New York.
I don't
Okay, let's what the
know.
quick.
That's another good name, Shinobi.
Yeah, I
The
like that.
Revenge of Shinobi.
Yeah, dude, I played that game a lot. See your gamer side's coming out, man.
It's the old me.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Talking.
they're going to start
We can skip through that.
be lagging again.
Yeah, you just lagged a little bit now. You might have something open too. That could be it. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's my computer does that every like half hour.
Okay. My son made. Okay, look at that. We gonna see on a PlayStation or Xbox or something? Quick comprehensive explanation of what battery sag is and why we should be worried about it.
That's an easy
Roger.
one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so all of our batteries are capable of putting out certain amount of current. So when you start approaching the current limit of the battery, the voltage actually drops down, and it's kind of elastic. So the more you're pulling out of the battery, that voltage will drop down, and as soon as you start pulling less, the voltage will follow back up to the thing. So the 50S batteries that everybody's talking about now, they have so if you think of it more like a stiffer rubber band, so you'll be having this current request and it won't bend down as much, it'll stay higher. So when you stop asking for current, it doesn't have to bounce back as far. But if you're running like a I don't know, the ones that I raced on that I dipped the hell out of so many times, it was hot in the morning. I was fine. But when it got cold, my batteries were sagging like crap at the last Apple Valley race. And that's why I wasn't doing as hot in the well, I actually did really good. I crashed and I finished second. So but anyway, so when it's cold, that effect is even more pronounced. So the voltage will drop down further. So if you're pulling, let's say, 15 amps and your battery was at 120 volts, it'll drop down
Mhm.
like to 115 amps or 115 volts, and it'll just stay there while you're riding. Then you stop and it goes back up. So let's say you've got good high discharge cells, and instead of dropping 5 volts, it's only dropping 1 volt, and you decide you need to lean into it a little harder, you've got that much more
You got more of a
junk
buffer on
space
there.
to deal with. So it's just got more overhead, I guess is another way to look at it.
Yeah, I mean that's I mean perfect. But my question to you is like I hear a lot of people talking about the 50S and the lifespan of it. Is your average rider going to even notice that as far as recharge cycles and all that stuff, battery degradation, excuse me?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think just from what I'm seeing is the way that it was getting tested was pretty strenuous for the pack, and it was getting hit a lot harder than we would be stressing them on our wheels.
Okay,
So the numbers that we're getting for the number of useful life cycles does not apply to us, regardless of
gotcha.
whether or not the life would be less. Because what they're testing it, the 50E themselves, they can't do that. So it
So we
doesn't
should
matter.
just opt for the S.
It's not that much better. I mean,
Okay.
unless you're talking about like a master where it's a 4P pack,
Hmm.
that one maybe you want to go with the S.
Okay.
But if you're in a 6P or 8P pack, it matters a lot less.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
yeah, the ET Max is a 4P. So I'm going with the S's.
Gotcha. Feel weakening. Okay.
Uh, so I answered that already, but
Mhm.
pretty much 9. But they didn't have it set up with the 1 through 9 or the percentage back then. It was just whatever the engineer baked into the firmware and then sent it over. So they were doing 90% back then.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at CJ. We're gonna have to bypass that comment, CJ, but it's funny now.
Oh,
Oh,
now I got to see what that was.
I'll give it a quick flash up there.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
just
older
like
batteries do it more. It's true.
it's like, yeah. Oh man, you guys. Oh man, this is hilarious. Uh, oh, here we go. Your V2 chargers, can they work with the links?
So my SC charger, my V4, and my V4 SC all work with the links. And let's see, the only one that cannot max out the charging rate on the links would be the SC. I've got that one set for a 12 amp maximum charge.
Okay.
The rest of them, they won't break a sweat doing
Man on
15
move.
amps on the links.
What's happening, brother? Always a pleasure. Fellow NYC rider.
Hmm.
Go
Oh.
here.
Oh, Eli, no, man. I'll make you do it.
Yeah, dude. I got foobarred by an SUV, man. Pretty bad. But I'm all better now.
It's not safe riding around in a like Trump 2024 shirt. I'm telling you,
No, it's not.
they'll they'll look
No,
for
it's
you.
not.
Then hit me up on Telegram and I'll explain something better. I'll dumb it down for you.
Oh, dude, I thought your explanation was perfect.
Well, maybe I was
Yeah,
explaining something else. That could be the field weakening one. Because remember, we're way back in time.
we're way, dude. Yeah, I didn't realize
Yeah.
the comments. Sometimes I think it's going to tick up itself, and it doesn't. You got to keep scrolling down.
Mm-hmm. New comments.
CJ, you are not getting out the game, man. You're in too deep, bro. You're addicted.
I heard he bought a scooter with a pink basket on the front.
Wilson Shinka to the tubeless. Great. All right.
Oh, and I also recommend anybody that goes tubeless put about 2 ounces of liquid latex inside the tire.
Really?
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah, you'll never lose any air, and it'll make it so that if you do something really horrible, that you'll like just burp out a little bit of air, and it'll seal up all nice again.
Gotcha. Marty.
Artie, it's my inspiration for starting to do stupid things on EUCs.
You got all the guys looking for EUC women. Go to the events. Trey, you got to know who Uncle Marty is, man. Okay, what we got here? Right. Oh. Well, man, the thing about that is, he says, the videos I see of awesome riders make me feel immature in comparison. Do a lot of people ride that well, and y'all's experience are just the ones that come on the vids? Man, it depends on where you go. It's just, you got to know what you can do and what you can't do. You know what I mean? It's ride your ride, man. I don't compare myself with anybody. I mean, there's a lot of people better than me, but I know that I can go ride anywhere and have fun doing it. That's my main thing, is being safe and just doing what I do. But I try not to compare myself, because there's just some things that riders are going to be able to do that you're not going to be able to do. That's just how it is. You know, just ride your ride, be
Yeah.
safe, and have fun.
Oh, yeah, we got some good riders down here in Southern California, though.
Yeah.
So, and that's what happens is whoever you're surrounding yourself with, you end up rising to the occasion to do what they do.
Yeah, you'll get better. It's just you have to know. I always tell people, man, you have to know when to pour it on and then how to just level it off a little bit. Just take it in smaller increments. That way you don't get it over your head. Oh, you said that already.
Hey, Don.
Oh, yeah. What's happening? Okay. Yeah, Marty. I always say
We
about,
know who Marty is.
and to the new riders or new people coming in, what I always say about Marty, and I try to repeat this: the EUC game would not be where it is today if it wasn't for Marty. All the stuff he did on Overheat Hill, putting wheels, because I mean the wheels weren't made; they were toys. I mean, let's be honest, when they first came out, and by him taking those wheels up there and running them through all them testing, it just pushed the quality up tenfold. So big shout out and big props to Marty for that, man, because the game would not be where it is today without him in it.
Agreed. Just messing around. What everybody's doing. Just messing around.
Dawn getting all the love tonight.
Yeah, she deserves it.
Yes, she does.
Okay, so Marty said, nobody's taking over my tour. It's my tour. You want to start your own? You start your own. That's fine. Pretty sure that was
dude,
the
that's
exact
a
tone of his
perfect
voice
impression right there, dude. That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I do rides, and that's what it's about. I mean, we can put rides together, and there's a dude in San Diego, and every year he would do the San Diego tour, and he'd do it right after Marty's thing. So we can get it all going. But what we're trying to do is convince Marty to take this 1 week thing and then do one up in the Northeast, and then he could do one out in the Northwest, and do one down in Florida and Alabama and whatever, and then he could do one every year, but in a different part of the country, and hook up with somebody like Duff could help him with the rides in Florida, and there's a million people up in New York, New Jersey, Boston that know the stuff that goes on up there. So it could happen.
It could definitely happen.
It'd be more fun if it went international.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, those tours look awesome, man. I need to get out more. I keep saying I need to get out more. Yeah, dude, 16X solid wheel. I still have my not my T4, my Tesla T2. That was my main commuter wheel for a while. It's just easy to slap it on the bus and get off at 42nd or wherever and just rip across New York City on it.
Yeah, it's an 84-volt wheel, but it still gets up and goes pretty good.
Yeah, it get the job done. Gets it done. Just that you don't want to lean on it too hard, but
yeah, I think James Darnell is the only guy that went tubeless with tire spacers.
Roger, there you go.
Yep, his wheel with the tire spacers.
I mean, I don't know, man. A V14 seems like a good wheel. I mean, I never rode it, but it seems. I mean,
no. Must be Canadian, eh?
And we can skip through that. Okay.
Yeah, we went through the whole fat tire thing.
Yeah, we're gonna jump down a little bit here. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, you break your neck. Oh my god.
I know. I take the blame for that, Primo. I
I
tell you
can't
what.
click on it, Primo. I'm trying.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't click on it because whoever had last time they could click on the messages. I think when Purple Rider was in
Oh
it,
wait, maybe I gotta. Do I click join the chat? Now maybe I can.
yeah, you should be in. Yeah, join chat and then hit on comments. You should be able to get in there.
Uh, no, it doesn't work.
No, I don't know why. Let me see. Is there is no option here for me?
Maybe because I didn't because I didn't connect my YouTube to it. It says connect. I got to click on that.
I don't
But
know.
anyway, it's not important. I'll let you
Yeah,
click. You're a professional.
I
I
wouldn't
don't know
say
what I'm
that,
doing.
but I'm doing the best I can. What do we got here? E-Wheels, Rules, Jason Nines, Osman. Can't wait to race you, Roger. Once the weather gets better,
Yeah, he always wants to race. But then every time I invite him out to race, he's like, oh, yeah, any day but that day. Sorry, Mike. Got to call you out on that.
okay. Here's a question for you right here.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to know. So I know that as far as the racers go, off road racers, I think the best ones are in California. As far as the street racers go, that's harder. That's a harder call to make because we don't get to compare ourselves to the riders in Spain, and everybody says that the fastest riders are in Spain or California. Who's right? I don't
I don't
know.
know.
We gotta get across that little puddle in between.
We had a little stutter step there. I think your computer did its thing. You back?
As my computer, yeah, about every half hour.
What's up, Dosh Shorts? One of my favorite channels, one of my favorite NYC riders. Yeah, man, he's a good dude. Love his videos too, man. They're like documentary style, and it just keeps you glued to the darn tube, man. When you're watching his videos, very informative. Love his videos. He says Saudi. Okay, watching them out there in Dubai, ripping down them straightaways. He's like, nah.
Well, no, so going in a straight line isn't that impressive. And when I hit 65.4, the dude in Dubai, because it's not Saudi, it's Dubai, but he never went 65.4.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I like post that, and he's like, "Yeah, you could do that for a little while, but I could hold 60 miles per hour for a while." Excuse my voice. And if you're on this live chat, I'm sorry for that. But it's true. And put me on a Master Pro with 50S batteries and the latest, greatest motor and all, and I'll probably be able to go faster also. So he just is getting them sent right over from China, and he gets to play on the wheels and run them fast in a straight line on empty roads. But Don's a hell of a rider. Do you anticipate her joining a race team, and how do you rank her amongst female riders? Well, for those of you that were watching the last race at Apple Valley, she didn't get a crazy good start, and she looked like she was just relaxing out there. But by the end of the race, she caught up with Maribel, who was all alone in front, and it didn't look like she had to try that hard to catch up with Maribel. So, granted, Don was on a faster wheel, but
Mm.
Maribel had a master also sitting on the sidelines that she could have rode, but she was faster on her EXN. So, as far as who the fastest female rider is, I'd probably put my money on Dawn.
Mm.
So, and do I anticipate her joining a race team? She always says she doesn't race. We try and we try. So, she did sort of join the EV's race team, but she said she didn't like the jersey, so she never.
Spain, they race street off road. NYC are only good in traffic on the road. I will say this about the NYC riders. Yeah, they can cook it through traffic, but they're getting faster now. With those intro to speeds, they're getting
Yeah.
faster. So I would not sleep on the NYC riders at all.
And those intro to speeds came about because the New York riders came and visited us in California
Mm-hmm.
and
I
so did
remember
the
that.
DC riders, and everybody came out here, and we all played together. And it was pretty obvious that there was a difference
Yeah.
for those of us that practiced on racetracks. I go out to Long Beach and we set up a racetrack, and I go to the Sepulveda Dam Basin and practice out there. And almost always Mario Chacon, who is one of the riders on EUC Underground's race team. That dude is he's good, and he knows how to get accustomed and comfortable on any track faster than anyone I've ever seen. So I can get fast on a racetrack, but it takes me a long time. He'll get he'll get fast in half the number of laps that it takes me.
Right. And I mean, like, dude, that's a good point you said. It's like people that think they can drive fast because they're speeding on, speeding on public roads, and they go to a racetrack and they come off on the first turn. It's like it's completely different. It's
Yeah.
completely different, man. Racing on a track and got to get those lap times in, man. Put the time in. But yeah, New York, they got some talented riders, man.
Of course you do, Ronan.
Ronan, what's up, buddy?
I don't you YouTubers that you sit in your car and you make your videos about nothing with no testing and learning about what is really going on without understanding. Hey Ronan, how are you?
Dude, man, you
He
got all
called
these
me out
hidden
once.
talents, man. Here we go.
No comment. Let's move
Okay,
on.
we'll move on. We will move on. Ben, always got to give a good shout out to Ben from my hometown, Pittsburgh. And I always
Make
say,
it
don't
to
sleep
the
on
this
Pittsburgh.
year.
Yeah. Or
Where's Ben talking about?
let's see, are any of the West Coast riders going to make it to yeah, he left out. Where are you talking about, Ben? If you're still in here. But Pittsburgh's nice place to ride. I have probably one of the best rides I went on last year. I was really impressed. I'm from there, and just to go back and go through the different areas, man, it was really, really. They got a little bit of everything there too. Yeah, Ronan makes good videos. Love Ronan's
Yeah.
content. That's his content. They make
Ronan
real good
puts a
stuff.
lot of time and effort, and his testing methodology is actually the same as mine, which is why I thought it was funny when he was calling me out for not knowing what he was doing. I was
I
like,
remember that.
I know what you're doing, Ronan. I watch your videos.
Okay, yeah. Talking about the Chicago and DC groundings. I believe that's June 21st, that weekend of the June 21st, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 2024 is going to be the Chicago groundings. I'm not sure about the DC groundings, but Shango puts on a magnificent event. You got to check out the groundings. I went to the DC groundings, had a great time, and I'm setting up for the Chicago groundings right now as we speak. So that'll be probably the next like big ride out that I go to is the Chicago groundings. But I believe it starts June 21st, that Friday. Good stuff. Oh, he says
Sounds
right
like
in
a good one.
August. And he's asking, will any of the West Coast riders be attending?
Don't
Come
know.
on,
So,
Roger. Come on out.
are there? I didn't even know that there were races or anything at groundings. I thought it was just a lot of fun, like a
Yeah,
festival
that's
kind
what
of
it
thing.
is. That's what it is. A
So,
bunch of riders come from all over and you do just ride outs at different times and it's fun though.
well, as the E-Wheels race team captain, I can't justify sending my riders out there without any trophies to bring home. So,
All right. Okay. So we're gonna have to make some races. What does the
so
future? Okay, I'll let
I
you
don't know.
take.
Watch some of Zen Lee's videos because the way they're doing it in Spain looks like the future of EUC racing to me.
Gotcha.
So, not the way they do it in China, because if you watch the races in China, they're doing it on like gigantic tracks that they aren't really showcasing the skill of the riders. It's just too much
Dude, it
top
looks like
speed.
yeah, it looks like F1 tracks or something. They're huge.
Yeah, it's just too much.
They're
So,
too big for easy ride.
yes.
Yeah, too stretched out. Same thing for you. Yeah, that's a good point. Road trips, safety first, have fun, learn something new. That's why you say in the school. Same thing for EUC ride. Yeah, and snow school. Yeah, dude. I learned how to snowboard, so I was like, yeah. Oh man, that is yeah, that was a good impression. There. Let's see if I can. Okay, we're almost through
I
these
do
things.
impressions.
Oh, here we go. Asking about your helmet.
Don't ask me about my helmet. I don't really do much. By the way, my camera's going to die, so I'll probably be blacked out here for about 30 seconds. But until that happens, I wear a TSG, which everybody knows is the least amount of protection. I wear a mountain bike downhill helmet. Otherwise, I have motorcycle helmets. I used to race motorcycles, so I got all the gear and things. But I like to have the least amount of stuff so that I could hear the best and see the best. So
That is key, man. That's why some of these helmets, if you can't see out that thing, man, yeah,
it's a lot of protection, but you're just like, bleh.
it's like a racehorse with blinders on. That's get freaking whacked, especially riding over here on the East Coast, man. You get knocked off your wheel quick.
You got to see traffic for sure. Competitive competition and race world. I don't know if I'm not quite understanding the question, but I'd say AVS is kind of like it's the best EUC track that there is, because it's so hard to do a good job getting around that track.
Gotcha.
So
favorite gear,
probably a flashlight, maybe a flashlight. Nah, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, flashlight.
I carry a tack. Tack light, yeah.
So yeah, I've got I carry a thrower, which is the flashlight that's kind of a beam, but it's got a soft edge on it, so it doesn't mess with my vision.
Gotcha.
So, and I run monocells inside of it.
Evo, what's happening, man? Represent, yes, sir.
I think we're getting close. We're almost caught up.
Yeah, I'm trying to rip through these things. Dawn, easily the best for you. Dawn can roll. Amber can roll. Maribel can roll. Yeah, there's a lot of great riders out there, man.
Yeah, that's my specialty, actually. I can crash at really high speeds and come away without a scratch.
Dude, that's another thing, man. People, you got to learn how to fall. It sounds crazy, but you got to learn how to fall, man. Not you per se. I'm just saying, in general, that's a skill.
Or you can simply be like Ronin and you just do not crash.
Ronin never crashes, man. Uh-oh. You going to Poland?
Huh. I didn't know Lem was going to Poland. Is Lem going to Poland? I got to call him. I actually owe him a phone call. Oh, so speaking of Lem, there's a few things that are going on in the because we got stuck on all these comments, but I want to talk about this. So Lem reached out to me the other day. Uh-oh, my battery is dead.
So, we lost. Hold on a second. Let's see if he's going to be able to make it back in. I will have to pick up the slack here. Let me just see what this is saying. There he is. Microphone. Mic check. There you are. Okay.
I think I might. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Got you. Yeah, you sound good.
Okay. Now we're on a whole different thing. This is I just had my assistant come in with the camera. So if I come over here, he should be able to move the. Thanks, man. Okay. So, but I'm going to stay over here. So just keep it pointed at me.
You're just showing off now.
Thanks, Jerry. Okay. Anyway, I
got mine taped to the wall. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. So but yeah. So Lem has a wheel beam. So it started with me. So I had my race wheel, which is a master that I put the EX30 in, controller, motor, tire spacers, all that jazz. And it does good. So what people wanted to do was kind of do the same thing that I was doing. So Chris Clark started bringing in wheels, and he had them custom made at Bigode with the EX30 motor and controller and blah blah blah, like I did. So
Nice.
he's got himself something that's kind of a good proven race wheel. Now Lem seems to have potentially one-upped him.
Oh,
Uh, Lem is having something similar made with a magnesium alloy shell, and it's got speakers and it's got
what?
a higher output motor and all this stuff. So yeah, he's gonna have something interesting. Hey, quit pushing the buttons, Jerry. Just leave the camera. Okay, cool.
It looks good in the final product.
Yeah, all right. So, but yeah, I kind of want to see what that wheel's going to be like. But he's got the first ET Max that's going to be on the West Coast should be showing up any day now. So we'll go play on that.
Run it
And
through its paces.
yeah, and this other race wheel, I'm kind of interested to see because the ET Max, it's awesome on paper, but is
Hmm.
it going to be awesome in real life?
That
So
that's what you got to find out. That's just like test riding the cars, man. Might look good on paper, look good on the showroom floor till you get it out and run it.
yeah. So, but yeah, want to try that. It's a lighter weight master. So yeah, humble schizo. I might have said that. We
Yes,
all
Ronan. Thanks
appreciate
for the views.
Ronan.
Yeah, definitely appreciate Ronan.
Yes. So he just edits that out of his video. Did you really? That's awesome, Ronan. Thanks. You you missed the previous one where Ronan said he does crash, just not on video. But hey,
I've had a couple. I've had a few crashes.
but yeah, it's way more fun when it's on video, though.
I think I got my last one on video. That's when I was actually back in Pittsburgh. I crashed.
But see, everybody else on here, they all grab like some art somewhere from the internet or a picture of them. But Fresh Bones, I'd put a ton of money that the dude made his little icon thing on his YouTube. Uh, what is that? The avatar. So see that? Look how cool that is
It
down
does look
there.
cool. I like
Or is
that.
that that's that way?
Yeah,
Loading.
I like that.
Yeah.
I was talking about the stash.
Yeah. I
The
could.
handlebar stash. That's why he rides so fast, man. If you ever notice, he like little
Mhm.
hold the stash up there.
But yeah, this is a famous shirt from one of my videos where it was really cold and my nipples were poking through my shirt. Got a lot of nipple comments on that video.
Yes, it's just some freaking paste, some pasties, man.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
it's weird when they're like whipping through the air and you could hear that whistling sound. Like, oh, stop that.
CJ, you should contact them, man, and see if they'll use one of your ideas. I mean, if it's good, I don't see why not.
If they're good ideas, you could probably also talk to Lem or Chris Clark or whatever. Maybe it'd be round two because they got the money to spend for the wheels that are going to end up selling. So,
Thanks, Chris.
baby, go to bed, little baby.
Dude,
Just
I'm
kidding.
gonna. I'm all wound up all night long. I got to work a double tomorrow, man, but I'm pumped up now. I'm not going to bed anytime soon.
Yeah. Well, it's only 9 o'clock out here, so
It it is 12. It's still early
West
for me.
Coast.
I'm. I think I made it through all the comments. Roger needs nipple, nipple armor.
Yeah. But
Hey,
yeah, I don't
dude.
wear chest protectors, back protectors. I wear elbow guards, knee guards, and my wrists and my helmet, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm about the
Okay. Any
same.
opinion on the 8K wheel, Bigode Supermaster? I didn't think it was 8. I thought it was 6. It's a 6,000 watt hour wheel, which is going
I
to be
heard about that.
just double batteried ET Max. So
That's wow. That's yeah, you never have to charge that thing. I'm sure you find a way to eat Just straight hill bomb Mount Baldy to the bottom.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go all the way up and all the way down in order to make that battery start getting. I actually did that on my Master Pro. I ended up doing the Mount Baldy run and ended it on battery beeps. So yeah, it's doable.
Oh yeah, definitely give Purple Rider big shout out. He puts out great content, man. I watch all his videos. He's putting out really good stuff. Purple Rider rolling out on
What's
the
the name of his
Nikola.
channel?
Purple Rider USA.
All right.
Give him a sub. And he rocking out. He rocks on the Nikola and the Extreme.
Sorry, Chris. Our connection's bad. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me now?
No, I'm just kidding. Because Chris was saying you got an extra room. So I'm like, what? Huh?
Uh-oh. Amber, you bored in New York?
Yeah, she wants to come down and play at AVS. So anybody that's coming down to town, just let me know and I'll try to book the track for us. So I haven't been out there in ages either, since the races.
No, you put good content out, dude. I enjoy it. Oh yeah, he's been doing water tests on the
He was that the S16? I think it
I
was
saw him do
the
the S16 and I think he's
yeah.
doing a V14 I think now too.
Those will both pass with flying colors, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't ridden with Marty since because the weather's been crap. But oh yeah, I did Mount Baldy with him. But yeah, that was pretty gnarly. So I've been going to the gym and working out my back so that doesn't happen again.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. Back is no joke. I've had problems with my back. That is no joke, especially after that last accident, man. It took a while for my back to get back, to normal. Hold on one second. I think we caught up to the comments, and this is something I definitely want to go over tonight because you hear it buzzing, on the forums and stuff like that. Me personally, I'm just going to continue to ride regulation of EUCs. What's your thought on that?
Well, I'm against governmental control of any aspect of my life, and my 4 wives they think that no, I'm just kidding. Well, no, yeah, I mean the thing is when these devices become because right now if I go on the freeway with this, I can't keep up with traffic. It shouldn't be like marketed as a real, I don't know. It's still like a really good toy. So it's like Suron caliber. You don't need a license for a Suron, although they're kind of breaking certain laws also with the power outputs and stuff. So I don't know. The better and longer we can hide from regulation, the happier I'll be. So
that's the way I look at it. Me personally, I'm going to continue to ride. The thing is, I haven't had any problem with law enforcement, cop, nothing. They don't. Most of them ask me, they see me with the helmet on. Number one question: is it hard to ride? Do you have elbow pads on? No, that's it.
I'd break my neck on that thing.
I've heard that. Yeah, no trouble. I know. My cousin rides. He's a state trooper in Pennsylvania. He's taking it to the police station. Some of the guys actually want to learn. Some think it's cool. Some think, same thing, crazy for riding that thing. But no pushback off the officers. I honestly it's the people that don't understand the tech, if that makes sense. Or you get people that think they own everything. Oh, you can't ride that on a bike path. You can't. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, we've had I don't know, a couple months ago, somebody ended up getting punched out on one of my rides.
What, a rider or a rider punched somebody out?
One of my friends might have had a nonverbal conversation with the guy.
Okay.
Where his fist was talking more than his mouth was.
Hey.
So.
Sometimes you got to let the fist do the talking. Every once in a while. I tell
And
people you can say whatever you want, just don't put your hands on me and stay out my jab and right hand's reach.
yeah.
You can say whatever you want, man. Yeah, that's
But yeah,
funny. Yeah.
most people they want to go over and act like they're big and tough and that they want to have one of those physical altercations. But if you've got like a New York Tarzan, or I won't say my other friend's name that
Don't yeah.
yeah, but you know, there's a lot of people that are pretty capable of finishing a conversation really quick.
Yeah, man. And I think a lot of times it's unwarranted. I mean, you understand what I mean? You're on a rail trail and people, you might see one person every freaking 3 miles, and then the person you do see is, oh, you can't ride that here. And then I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me, man? So it's some of the stuff is just ridiculous. It's getting to be ridiculous.
What kind of sick? Is this something else from another?
Wait a sec, I might oh, here we go. Right here. I missed that. I'm back. I'm getting sick. Okay. I'm getting sick.
Oh, mhm.
I got to mix you up something, CJ, and mail it to you, bro. Knock the stuff right out. Would you mind sharing the backstory of nabbing an EUC thief with? Oh, with the
Thought I did a
M103?
Yeah, I thought that my video did a pretty good job of the backstory, but my buddy Chris um, went to the casino one day and he took a bike lock and he locked his M103 to the bike rack outside the casino. He came back and his bike lock was there and it was cut and there's no wheel there. So he was bummed and he came back and he posted about it and he said, keep your eyes open for an M103 that looks like this being sold without a charger. And
Wow.
I don't know, like a week ago, Don found his M103 for sale on Facebook Marketplace.
That's
So
crazy.
then there's more to it. Uh, Don, is it okay if I tell the whole story or what? I'm looking for your comment popping up now. But so the the guy and Don are chatting. They set up a time to meet and all that. So uh, they meet over not far from where I'm at. That's what they have scheduled to do the purchase. And we film it. I film it. Don films it. Don's there with the 360 camera, like in her trunk, and Chris and I meet her over there, and the agreement is, I'll tell the whole thing. I'll do it quick. Okay. The agreement is when she closes her trunk, that's when we're supposed to come out and confront the guy. So Chris is sitting on that side of the table and he's looking towards where they are and he's like, they're over there now. I'm like, okay. And like a couple minutes later, I'm like, Chris, she didn't close the trunk yet? He's like, I don't know. I can't see them. And I'm like, okay, we have to go out there now. So we could walk out all casual, holding our McDonald's and the drink, and we're talking about stuff and all nonchalant, sit in my car, and we could just see them and Don's car there, and they're talking. And about a minute or two later, she closes her trunk, and we get out and walk over there and confront the guy. And he's very clearly on camera, and his story is being rebroadcast by me, by Don on the internet. And yeah, so Don's filling in the parts, but yeah, I thought he had his eyes on you. My back was that direction, but okay. So now that guy, I guess he's got friends that aren't happy with him right now because he was in a video wearing the hat from a certain motorcycle club, and he mentioned it in the video, and there are the leader of that group is contacting Don, and the guys ex-wife is contacting Don, and everybody's contacting. Nobody's bothering me. I should read my comments on that video. It might be in there, but it's a lot of comments.
That's
So,
why.
but yeah, so that's most of the story. But let's
That's
see.
awesome.
So it looks like Don loves Amber. Everybody does. Story, everything. I'm trying to go through comments too.
Yeah. We're almost, yeah, I think we're pretty good.
Yeah, we keep catching up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's her filling in the part where I was like not aware that we didn't have eyes on Don. So yeah, we were doing a bad job at making sure she didn't get murdered.
Got to keep Dawn safe, man. At all
Well,
costs.
I think she probably could have taken care of herself with that guy, but
What?
still, Don is tough. So yeah, I don't know. Screw with her. See what happens.
Not me. I'm good. Wow. That was like the old this is going back. Remember VT, the New York rider, when he took and recovered that stolen unicycle. That was freaking hilarious, dude.
It was, I think, a monster or something.
Yeah, he went to test ride it. He acted like he couldn't ride.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's like, let me try, and then he's just shoo.
He's
So
like, I think I'm getting the hang of it. And then
we
he
were
just
all talking.
boom. He just
And
goes
it's like, so people, this is how you recover a stolen unicycle. So yeah, I might have seen that video.
Yeah, dude. That was freaking epic.
So
You see,
I think gang versus motorcycle gang.
oh man, I'd watch that movie. That's funny. Let's see what else we got here, man. We can actually start winding down here. I think I think we blasted through everything. All questions. Anyone else have any questions? We're going to start bringing this to it's at a boil. We got to bring it down to a simmer, and then we'll turn the heat off. But man, this was fun. Oh, that's right. She rode motorcycles. She rides.
No, I think that says that. I think creds. I think she was trying to type crabs. No, I'm just kidding. She's gonna kill me now. I'm just kidding. Stupid joke. Sorry.
She raced motorcycles.
Yeah.
They're still coming, bro. This is
See, people want to get their questions in at the very end. Okay, Mike, I will see you next time you're in town, I guess, unless you get busy again.
Road Trip is asking, how do we attract more newcomers to the EUC community?
I think we're doing it every day because a lot of good, nice people riding these things, and I mean, do you ever see somebody be like, hey, what's that? And then the person on the EUC just says, screw off, and they leave? No. They're always happy to tell them. And I mean, all the time, like somebody's like, electric unicycle, I could ride a regular one. And I'm like, here, try it.
Try it out.
Yeah.
Try it out. You know, I think it's at the point now, and I'm going to backtrack a bit. I think one of the best things for EUCs was the whole pandemic. I think so many people started learning how to ride. You had the time, you know,
it was
go out there.
For hobbies in general.
Yeah, man, that was crazy. Because think about everyone else, it was like everyone's on a hamster wheel. Get up, go to work, do this, do that. But as soon as that happened, man, it went through the freaking roof. And I think it's at the point now, it's not gone anywhere. It's here to stay. They're just gonna have to deal with us, man. That's it.
Yeah, I built race drones also, and it was hard to get parts during the pandemic.
Even bikes.
Motorcycles, bicycles, everything. It was tough to get anything.
It was hard, bro. You'd go to Walmart, there would be no bikes on a freaking rack. Pedal. It's crazy.
Generation lockdown.
Yeah, but I know that's when I started riding.
Oh, so he told Don that that guy isn't part of the club anymore. They know who he is, but they're no longer associated, affiliated, whatever. That's paraphrasing what she told me that he said. And
They're gonna get canceled.
no, he asked for the video to be taken down because they were mentioned, and then he said, "Well, at least blur out the. You've done YouTube videos. How the hell do you blur something out after the fact?"
Well,
So
once it's how can you?
yeah, you just got to like send
It's done.
everybody that's subscribed to your channel like a little foggy sticker and tell them where to stick it on their monitor when they're going to watch the video.
Yeah, it's done. Once that video goes up, man, it's too late to put the fog over it now.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, I agree with him easy on that one. It is. It just went through the freaking roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I shouldn't be stealing stuff.
Yeah. Don, we got to ride together sometime. I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, no, I did. We rode Baldy last time, right?
She was moving on that ride too.
Yeah, he
She was
always is.
cranking. Oh
Oh,
man,
yeah.
Stan, thanks for coming, bro, man. Appreciate everyone smack that like button. And
Oh, yeah.
this is
I have a like
awesome.
button too. Click liked. I did it.
Yeah, even in New York, man. Like I said, I spend I spend more time in New York than I do in Jersey, and they're all freaking day. And I mean, you don't see EUCs all the time. You don't. You see more scooters, you see more e-bikes. We're still basically flying under that radar. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, the firmware was effed up. So that was the first official field weakening release for the EX30. And yeah, we were having problems. And that's also why my buddy, most likely, he cut out and we
That's when
got
he
to
cut
see the
out.
helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He broke his collarbone, right?
No,
No?
it turns out he's a baby. Yeah, he did not break anything. He just
Oh,
wanted
good
a
for
lot of
you.
attention. So,
Oh,
so we have to remember to always give him a lot of attention. And yeah, tell him how great he is.
he was moving too on that thing, man. Yeah. Dipped twice on me and then
Yeah, that's one thing is so being able to crash, that's great. Being able to slide out a crash, but when we are on these things all the time, it's also good to learn where the limits are. But how the hell do you teach somebody how to hit a high-speed dip and recover? You can't really teach
can't.
somebody that because you can tell people what to do and it just doesn't work out most of the time because they're not going to do what you say because they feel like they're falling and then they're going to be doing this and they'll be hitting the ground and rolling and then they get hit in the back of the head by their wheel and get
Not good.
nasty.
I did that on a Sherman. I dipped it. I could feel it happening. I just pulled back off of it. And you can feel it.
Yeah,
And you can
especially
feel
the
it.
Sherman was a good one. So I think that's where Dawn got that skill is she used to ride that Sherman like there's beeps and then double beeps and then triple beeps and then there's whatever the hell Don was doing with her wheel because those were new sounds.
Yeah. I've done that. I've had the even on the RS. I had the dips on the RS, not as much now, hardly none now. And I pulled that thing back. Tesla, I dipped that thing a few times, but I never pulled it back.
Yeah, my new Chargers are freaking awesome. By the way, they are. I mean the V4 SC will put out 25 amps and not break a sweat, and I have it limited to 25 amps because I'm selling it through eWheels and Rev Rides. So
Oh, so you don't sell
since
them
they're
directly then?
I sell them directly,
You do
but
too?
I've always
Okay.
sold them directly, even through Rev Rides and eWheels. I'm still selling them kind of directly
Okay.
ish, but they're shipping straight from me out to wherever they're going.
Nice. Okay, I will. Well, I have to get a wheel that can handle that charge.
Yeah,
Right now, I can charge my wheel with two hamsters, man. So I
yeah.
gotta, I
Well,
gotta up the voltage a bit.
I've got the one that I used last Sunday that'll put out 35 amps. I charged my wheel and Don's wheel simultaneously, and we started melting
The plug.
the connector that we were plugged into the RV adapter with.
I think I saw that. That's the Mount Baldy ride, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Spartacus, I would love to have you on the show, man. Spartacus is always in the trenches, man. Every live watches all the videos, man. Need to send him a freaking goodie bag.
So actually does care that when I was filming Don, it was kind of funny. I was like saying, "Okay, Don, you follow me," and then at some point she just sort of took off and went ahead, and or no, it was the opposite. So she was supposed to be following me, and I went off maybe a little too far ahead, and then I heard her scream behind me, and I went back, and she was nowhere to be
Oh, I
seen.
think she went off down into the brush.
Yeah,
Yeah, that could luckily she walked away unscathed from that.
yeah. All right. Well, so for Chris, I think he's going to want the SC because he told me he's not. Oh, it's the next one because he said he's not going to be charging more than 10 amps. So get the little tiny charger if you're not going to charge more than 10 amps. But if you are, it's only a little bit bigger to be able to do 25 amps.
I think
So,
I
and
can
my
get
back
away with
is doing good. Back in business, and I'm not drunk.
it. No, no, no. Duff didn't see any Cayman Jacks.
No, man, I have all this stuff to drink in the other room, and I forgot to bring it out. That could have made the live more entertaining.
Get not no filter, no filter, everybody.
I don't have much of one anyway.
I can I think I need to do an unfiltered live. You're like, Sensei, what? Yeah, I can rock and roll a little bit. We
Well,
got
your little software here can have multiple people on a live at once. So
I
I don't
was
know.
trying to do that, but it was
Uh,
like everyone's schedule was all, you know what I mean? All over. I was trying to do a multi-live, me flipping a few other people. It was just hard to coordinate everybody together. That was the hardest part.
but yeah, I mean, we were talking about doing a live because Duff was supposed to be coming to town, and we were going to do a live together. Me, Marty, Duff, Don, Larry. I think that's everybody, and we were going to be drinking.
Hey, I'm
So
coming to live. Hook me
I
out. I'm
thought that
coming.
would be fun. But yeah, maybe you could put it. You know what? Maybe I could put it together.
Yeah,
I'll put
throw
it
it
on my
together.
channel.
Send me an invite. I'll come.
Yeah, we can do something like that. So, but yeah, we'll
Love
see.
the Primo. Okay. Looking to open up a small EUC EUC shop next year. All right. There's no EUC stores in the Northeast or East Coast in general. Got
What
all the
about AI rides?
yeah, I rides up in Brooklyn, Hunts Point. That shop is
Sam
nice.
Pachenko.
Sam Pacheco, yeah, his shop is laid out, man. I've been up there. I
Yeah,
didn't
I've
see it
seen
fully
it.
completed, but it's nice. Nice shop,
Well, yeah,
man.
I saw it on the live stream that he did, or that I don't remember. Was it Sean was doing with
Ronan,
Ronan like
about two
two or
weeks
three
ago,
weeks
maybe.
ago?
Yeah,
Yeah,
shop
yeah, it
is
looked
beautiful, man.
together. Looked good.
Yeah, happy for him, man. He works hard.
But yeah, he's just a nice guy.
Yeah, he is. He's a good dude. When my Tesla got all messed up, he took and rebuilt that thing, brought it back to life.
I really it confuses me. I'm like, oh, you drive a Tesla too? Oh no, your Tesla wheel. Yeah, and I'm looking
Yeah.
at my freaking Tesla right now. But
You have what the T3 with the big battery?
no, I've got the T2 with the big battery.
Gotcha, gotcha.
So yeah, that's I believe the Alien Rides version of it has the
Okay.
big battery. So,
Because I know
but
Marty had that big battery Tesla a while before they start even like coming over here. Marty used to ride that thing.
yeah, Marty gets treated nicely because Marty puts things through actual testing. So it's a good wheel, then you're wise to give it to Marty because
Hmm.
then he'll say good things about it. But if you give him shit,
You're gonna hear about it, and that's how
he'll
it
call
should
you
be.
out. It'll get
You've got to
everywhere.
be honest.
Hmm.
And Amber's saying, yeah, we have a few shops here in NYC. You got because David Yanson, he repairs wheels and sells wheels and stuff too. So yeah, man, New York is doing their thing.
I like David. He's a fun guy.
I like that. Yeah, he can roll too. He can
Yeah.
roll.
But he wasn't willing to do much when he was out at Amped with me, though. So I went around the racetrack with him, but he wasn't pushing.
Mhm.
I tried to get him to. I couldn't
He
convince
wouldn't.
him to.
He wouldn't take the bait.
Yeah, yeah. Even me with a fractured ankle, still
Yeah,
he
he did. He
wouldn't.
messed his ankle up at that time. Yeah.
No,
Mm.
I had a fractured ankle.
Didn't he wreck? Didn't he go down? No. I know his
Not
ankle
that I
was
know
messed up
of.
at one point, but that might have not have been at that time. I know it was because he had show where he was on. He had I don't know if he had a cast on, but that might not have been at that time though.
Well, it sounds like an excuse from when he was out here why he couldn't keep up. But anyway,
Uh
it doesn't
oh.
matter.
Gloves are coming off. Oh, it
No,
definitely hit when you're caught
he
up.
gives people a hard time all the time, so you know he could take it, right?
You got to throw hands back, right? Yeah, you got
Hmm.
to. If you can dish it out, you got to be able to take it. Spartacus, yeah, when you're all caught up on tech, man, we'll make this happen. Oh, here we go. This one's for you, Roger, because I don't want to blow anybody's batteries up.
Can I use the bigger charger on my shoulder? Which is the bigger charger?
I guess the one with has higher amps, but you don't want to go over the amps. I don't even know what an OG Sherman can take. Can it take eight, maybe up to eight, maybe the OG Sherman?
12. It takes
Well,
12.5 before they quit charging.
okay. I've never charged mine. I think the highest I've ever put in mine was maybe six, maybe five or six. I never charged that high.
Yeah, that was back in the chargery days. Nobody knows what that is, except for us West Coast people, I think.
The what days?
There was a charger called Chargery. That was actually the first charger that I was selling. It was made by a guy named Jason in China, and I
Oh,
just did a group buy for people down here. So yeah,
we're getting some trivia, some history trivia here.
upgrade it with one more volt. It's already this Big O's already beat it out with voltage, but
Yeah,
that's if you
yeah.
think voltage is the only thing that matters.
It's the
So
firmware.
I bought a Lynx. I bought uh, two ET Maxes. What else did I buy? I guess that's all I bought for now. So, but yeah, I was thinking my Master Pro would be a good test bed for my Vesks that might be super high speed. Who sells wheels? He
I'm
sells
not
wheels.
sure who he's talking about. Who are you talking
Jansen. He's talking about Jansen. I'm doing good at connecting all these things that these comments are talking about.
Yeah, Yanson, you could get I don't know if he's still doing it, but I think he still sells wheels. He was selling wheels for a
Yeah,
while.
he's got a closet full of wheels. He's a closet wheel seller. That's why you didn't know. You're not supposed to know. 87 to current. I agree.
Yes.
VEUCJ is talking about 84 volt. So yeah, if you get a V4 charger, it'll do 84 volts all the way up to 152 for the Lynx.
Okay. There we go.
But
Yes,
it's
Don.
not as
Everyone should have.
fancy.
I'm feeling left out because I don't have a Roger charger. But Roger is looking
Yeah, the
down on 100
bypass.
volters. So I got to up the voltage. With
So the bypass is a thing that a lot of us do here in California. They do it up in San Francisco and they do it up in Vancouver, British Columbia. But that'll let you charge like my Master Pro will charge at 24 amps.
Oh, yeah, you showed
So
how to do that on your Extreme, I believe, did bypass. I think
on
it
the
was the more.
Extreme, yeah, I wouldn't charge the Extreme faster than 12 amps, but yeah, I do the calculation for what these cells are supposed to take, and I don't go beyond that. Yeah. EX30, I charge at 18 amps.
18th amp, dude.
Mhm.
Wow. I guess I don't think I've ever gone above 6 amps. I'm a lightweight.
Well, it just matters what you're doing. So if you're like riding up to Mount Baldy and you want to ride back down and you don't want to eat lunch for 3 hours, then you want a fast charge.
How many sandwiches can you eat, right?
Anyway, I do the bacon grubber, which is a pretty good hamburger. They
That
also
is
do some
funny.
good quesadillas. Chicken quesadilla,
The
extra
quesadilla.
guac.
Gotta have the extra guac. Oh, he has too many Okay, yeah, you can definitely condense your chargers down with the Roger charger. You have one that
Yeah,
does everything.
that would just be the V4 because the V4 is the only one that'll go
Down to
down
the
there.
100.
Charge as fast as you need to, slower, better. Yeah, it would be better for your batteries. But if you look at what the batteries can actually take, so like an EX30 charging at 12 amps, that's pretty much slow charging it. So
Wow. So they're kind of what they're advertising for can actually take more for
no, they have the voltage distribution board craps out, so it'll stop charging. So you have to do the bypass
in
if you
order
want
for
to
that.
do the
Okay. I
yeah.
see what you're saying. Okay.
Okay. Can you say one more time on the 15 amp thing on ports? Okay, yeah. So every pin on the GX20 connector can handle 10 amps. So I double wire. Oh, this is also, here's a PSA. On the 134 volt wheels, I double wire the pins. So 1 and 2 is positive, 3 and 4 are negative. If you plug that cable in sideways, because I double pin them, that means twice as much current can go through, but it also means you could fry your distribution board if you plug it in 90 degrees. And people do it all the time.
Dude,
So
how did you figure that out?
uh, I could go through a list of people's names that have done that, and they've
What?
reached out to me and they're like, hey, man, your charger broke my wheel. I'm like, plug the charger into another wheel. It works just fine, doesn't it? And they're like, yeah, it does. But my wheel won't charge. Like, there's a little fuse on the board you just fried. And you
That
did it because you plugged your plug in sideways.
what? That's something
Right.
else. I wouldn't have I never would have thought that would happen. That's crazy.
But yeah, by default. And if I'm echoing now, let me know because my AirPods just died.
Mic check?
No
Yep.
mic?
No. I just see that's how you hear my
Oh,
voice.
okay. Got it. Okay.
Okay, Marty. That's funny. Marty's stealing electricity.
Yeah, there's a few secret plug-in spots.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Normally I charge
Those
them on my
aviation connectors. The GX 16 connectors are rated at 5 amps per pin. So the GX 20s, oh, and some of the GX 16s are actually rated at 7.5 amps per pin. But the ones in the EX30 and the Lynx are rated at 10 amps per pin. So as long as I wire my chargers with the same corresponding plugs, then you can put 20 amps into a single plug. Look it up, James. Those aviation connectors. Such a general statement. Glendon's here. Happy enough on 10 to 12, but my SC has been a bit weird. Yeah, he got one of my chargers, and he said that the amount of time it takes to charge is longer than it should with the number of amps that he's pumping into it. So I said we will put a current meter on there and check it out. Or you could get that one. So there's a few. We got a guy named Mark Schilling out of Vancouver Island in Vancouver, British Columbia, that sells the Mark Schilling charge monitor. I actually guess it would make sense for me to lend that to Glendon because that's an easy way to check the current. But then there's also the PidZoom one from
Bob Yan.
What's his name? Ben?
Bob Yan.
Bob, yeah, Bob. And that would do the same thing. Can I dual charge at 15 amps? No, you cannot pump 30 amps into your links. So you could try. It'll actually just stop charging. It wouldn't really do much.
He wouldn't make a flat top grill out the thing, would he? Putting that much in it.
It's probably fine. Yeah. So let's see. 5 amps max. So that would be a GX20 with 5 amps max per pin, which would mean 10 amps per port, but that's pretty low. So that's not good. This charger at 30 amps charging 2 wheels. I mentioned it briefly, I think. Yeah, when we were at Mount Baldy. Then you can go with a friend somewhere and bring one charger, and you can both charge faster than the wheel is allowed to charge from the factory, as long as you modified both wheels. So both of our wheels are able to charge at 18 amps. Yes, he's going to try to max out his charge. I didn't even send him his charger yet. So his charger's over here, but he just he paid for half of it.
It's been sitting there.
Where's the other half of the money, Chris?
His charger's been sitting there since Christmas. Probably got like Christmas wrapping.
But I went past somebody's house today and they had a like Merry Christmas sign up in front of their house. I'm like,
dude, some people say have Christmas lights up around here.
Yeah. I should call a welfare check and have somebody go just sniff around if there's a corpse inside that house.
My if you roll up in the carpet on the back porch.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. Saying the money.
Dude, I think we can start to wind down.
That sounds about time.
Yeah. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Roger, any last comments?
I think I had fun, and I have fun with all of y'all people that are on here. And I don't know, man. Do you usually get this many comments on one of your live streams?
Dude, I do okay comments, but this is the most ever for me. I needed a life vest. I was drowning tonight.
Yeah, we fell a little behind because you wouldn't let me click. You clicked the block Rogers clicker button,
man. Because it's on comments for some reason. I have to look into that why I wouldn't let you click. But it all worked out.
Yep, worked out good.
You're still coming in.
Tom's correcting Chris's grammar. Oh wait, I think I could hit settings and kill the echo thing. Let's see.
I'm trying.
Audio echo cancel. I didn't have that on because I had earpod things in. So
how is it now?
Now we should be good.
Yeah, Primo, definitely. This is the most comments that I've ever had, and I appreciate everybody coming in here, man. I really do.
Well, yeah, had fun. I want a flux capacitor armor. You can get a decorative one, Don, but you're not traveling back in time, and I don't think McFly is either.
That is so funny. Oh, let's see. Fresh Bones, good night. There we go. Let's keep running.
Eli, you got to go on another ride with us. Just never join. He's like local, but he never joins us.
Ben, thanks for joining in again. The Pittsburgh crew, Pittsburgh One Wheel. And yeah, everyone smack that like button if you could. It would help out a lot.
I noticed my buddy Aaron stopped commenting on the video also after I gave him shit for his Sherman S and Lynx stuff.
Roger Charger. Hey, man, hey, you can't change the name, man. It's like the band Kiss. They marketed Kiss on everything, lunch boxes, beds, dude, everything, man.
Well, but he did nail it pretty good. I'm gonna be riding an EUC and I'm gonna make videos. I think I'll be Roger EUC, and now I'm gonna make a Charger. Let's see, Roger Charger. No, but somebody in San Diego actually called it the Roger Charger, and yeah, that's how it just ended up sticking.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a good one though.
Permanent board channel. So the New York chat has permanent video chat enabled on their channel.
Good night, Don. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you.
See you around, Don. Take care.
He's still drunk. Make sure you drink some water, bro. You're gonna have a headache tomorrow. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, look at it. You see, like, thanks, brother. Yeah, I needed this live. Able to ride because I had a full week. Okay. Oh, yeah, broken ribs, no, they're not good. There's nothing you can do for those things but let them heal. That's it. Thanks, CJ. Appreciate you, man, coming through. We'll make it through. Yeah, this is an excellent turnout. Brother Wilson, thank you for rolling on through.
Yeah, Wilson's cool.
Aloha, yes, out. You see, yep.
All right.
There
I feel
we
like
go.
we're actually at the point where we can say bye-bye.
That's it. We can say goodbye. I'm going to close it out. Roger, it's been a blast. Thank you so much for coming in. Like I said, Lord of the Rings, Return of the Kang, K-A-N-G. Thank you so much.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Weather gets good. You're down in SoCal, right?
Yes, I am. We talked
Sounds
about
like
that.
a plan.
I'm coming down there to ride. We'll figure out the whole wheel situation, and I will make my way out there. Guys, take it easy on me, you know. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much. Remember, you get on your wheel, you ride it like you hate it. You be safe out there, but you ride it like you hate it. I'm Sensei,
I'm Roger Euc.
That's it. Thank you all so much for coming out. Hello, good night, peace, and blessings to you all.
All right.